Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday to you all. We have a very weird schedule of baseball today. Doubleheader for Sunday night baseball on ESPN. A Wrigley Field 5:10 start. I started to look back in the schedule. I can never find one. So it's going to be an interesting day. Baseball starts early and it goes late. So got to love that for a betting schedule. How you doing today, Wine Time?
What up, Spoons? And what up, everyone in the chat? Welcome to Pub Sports Radio. Welcome to Walk Off Wagers. Every single Sunday, we go live, break down the entire MLB card for you guys, and go through all the little details, go through the weather report, market, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys for being here. As always, I see people in that chat early and often already, so I appreciate you guys for showing out. Yeah, Spoons touched on it, man. We have a loaded MLB card. I was just talking to Jose about it. It's crazy. We have a Sunday night game at 7 o'clock over here on the West Coast, 10 o'clock over there on the East Coast. I don't remember the last time we saw a game this slate on a Sunday night, not this season at least. So, and we've got a game, first pitch in about 30 minutes. So we've got a lot of games today to talk about. We've got a loaded card. It's going to be going on throughout the day, all day. So I'm excited to break this card down. This is a really nice, fun card. Last week we had, I think, our best show of the year so far on Walk Off Wagers. We had almost 1.5K views. We had 200 likes. So I appreciate you guys. And if you guys are here again, do the same thing. Hit the like button, share the video. We have the video tweeted out on my Twitter, on Spoons' Twitter, Pub Sports Radio. It's all there. There's my guy, Sports Science Jacob. He retweeted it as well. Shout out to him. We're going to be seeing him very shortly. Before we touch on the card, Spoons, I just want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat who showed up here early enough, because we got a lot of heavy hitters here in the chat early. See my guy switched there early. He said, if you're here early, hit that like button. If you're on time, hit that like button. Meaning, hit the like button, guys. See Wags there in the building. Joe Walsh, good to see you, my guy. Jackie Rose, MLG Beavis, Big Daddy Boom, Sports Scientist Jacob. Excited to break a couple games down with him later on. Ronnie Lofton right out of Arizona. My favorite Diamondbacks fan right there. We got my guy, Just My 2 Cents, who's also going to be joining us. Justin McKelvey, I hope he's able to join us as well. I see Kristen Hess in the buildings. It's Sunday Fun Day. Sunday Fun Day, but we got to make money, right? Scatback, that's a newer name I see in the chat. Jermaine, JW, Agent Parlay, Stephen Harrison, Isaac Clara, my brother-in-law. Shout out to you for showing out, as always, my guy. Andrew G, everyone in here, man. We got a lot of people. Robert McCormick, let's see, Noel 207, Tony Cobbs. Tony Cobbs gives out those donos as well. I feel like once or twice a week. So shout out to Tony Cobbs for that. Lex Steele in the building. Got a lot of people in here, guys. Chad Pickard. We got 5150 LeBron Scott. Let's see here. And Tony Cobbs, there it is, right there, already right off the bat. Gave us a $5 super sticker. Shout out to you, Tony Cobbs. We appreciate your support as always. It's Sunday. You know what that means. It's shot time if we're getting these donos early. So I got one already poured out. I'm not sure if my guy Spoons is drinking today. No worries. If not, I got it ready to go, though. Cheers to you, Tony Cobbs. There we go. All right. Chad Pickard said, hit the like button. The show needs to stay. Hey, it's going to stay. We're here all year long. So shout out to you. And let's get to work here. Without further ado, Spoons, let's get right into this loaded MLB card. We've got a game starting off here in about, 27 minutes or so. Baltimore Orioles at the Atlanta Braves. Baltimore Orioles have taken the first 2 games of this series. It's crazy, Spoons, to see both these teams about a week past the halfway point. 10 games under 500. They both share the same record. These are 2 teams going into the season where a lot of people were high on these batting orders. A lot of the question marks were light around the pitching with the Baltimore Orioles. The Braves just really haven't been able to put it together yet this season. They haven't played their best baseball yet, and I'm not sure when we're going to see them play their best baseball. All we know is they have hitters in that lineup that can go off at any point this season. They can name their number when they're on. They're one of the better lineups in baseball when they're on. Trevor Rogers here on the mound for the Baltimore Orioles. We've talked about this guy numerous times on different situations, different teams here. It seems like the guy's been in the league for over 10 years now. Grant Holmes on the other side, 4-7 for the Braves here going into this matchup. This is going to be a fun one, Spoon, because I know from watching you cap last night, you have a play in this. I wanted to move on a play in this. It was actually when I capped this card last night with you guys. Didn't really cap it fully, but I was kind of just capping it along with you guys. I had to lean on a side in this game. I'll share my opinion after this, but I just want to make sure if my guy backstage, if he's coming on here for this. Yeah, he is. All right. Without further ado, we've got our first guest, man. Shout out to my guy right here. He's been showing up every single Sunday. And, he's been texting me. He's like, dude, I'm going to get a win one of these Sundays. I'm going to do it. And I'm like, bro, trust me. I know you will. Last week, he crushed it, hit him over the head. I was stoked for him. I wrote it with him. So shout out to him. Without further ado, let's bring on my good friend right here, Justin McKelvey, Stacks Play of the Day. Stacks.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
What up, Stacks? How are you, my friend? Happy Sunday.
Fine time, Spoons. How was y'all?
I'm good, man. I'm excited to talk some ball today. We've got a loaded card, Justin, and we've got just the team. We've got just the guy to talk about that team. Your Atlanta Braves here against the Baltimore Orioles. I know you have a play in this ball game. What's your play, Justin?
Stats play today. Number 1 is Gunnar Henderson over 1.5 bases. Got that plus 105 or 104. 1 and 2 I posted on X this morning. And it's simple. I know Holmes. I know my Braves. One thing you can't do is I love lefties. I had to figure out the lefty to go against him. And be honest, I did take the Orioles too. Not official, but the official stats play today. But I bet on the Orioles. And it's on Roku. I'm getting ready to watch it while I listen to the show.
I know my guy Stacks loves it when the games are on Roku. I've heard him.
My Braves.
Yeah, for real. Those are your games right there. Shout out to you. Spoons, I know you have a play in this game as well. Share us your play.
Yeah, I really like what Stacks is on here. I circled the same thing with Grant Holmes. He struggles with lefties. 4.2 xFIP on the season versus almost 1.5 points lower versus righties. So when I look at this Orioles lineup, they're just stacked with good lefties. Holiday, Henderson, who Stacks is on, Ryan O'Hearn, Colton Cowser, Cedric Mullins. I think this is going to be a tough lineup for Grant Holmes to go through. I think the books realize that as well. This line opened at a minus 170 in favor of the Braves, and it's down. I see 145s on the board, as low as plus 130 now for 125 for the Orioles. So that's quite a big line movement, and that's a little bit appealing to me because I see 60% of the bets or 60% of the tickets on Atlanta and 67% of the money on Atlanta, and the line's gone the other way. All the tickets on the under, the books are respecting that under just a hair. I see a 8.5 popping up over at DraftKings. It doesn't necessarily align with my bet, but the respect to the Orioles does, and that's just the team total over 3.5. This Atlanta bullpen's been pretty decent this season, but I think they can still give up a run or two, and I think Grant Holmes can give up 3 himself. So I think between this, the Orioles get to 5 or 6 runs in this game. I also expect them to win. It's a tough spot. Both playing tomorrow, I believe. So I don't know necessarily how much the Baltimore has left in the tank, and winning the first 2 games, it's always hard to sweep. So I just stuck with the team total. I expect their bats to get there. There's a little bit of bullpen concerns with Baltimore. They obviously had to pitch the last 2 nights. So Felix Bautista's gone back-to-back. Gregory Soto went last night. And then Baker and Kittredge also were on back-to-backs. So Sir Anthony Dominguez is their only good arm that's ready to go right now.
All right. And there it is right there. Orioles team total over 3.5. What was the juice you got on that, Spoons?
I got minus 130.
You can still get that line available pretty much everywhere, guys. I'm seeing right now at my book, it's minus 135. You could probably get minus 130, maybe even a minus 125 at some spots. So we got 2 people on this game. And quick shout out to my guy, Isaac Clara, giving the 199 dono. I appreciate that, my friend. Means a ton to us. And if you have any plays today, share those plays right below. So shout out to you, my guy, and appreciate your support. Appreciate everyone's support, too. If I didn't go over your name, guys, I'm sorry. There's a lot of names in there, and I feel like I skipped a couple people, so I apologize if I did. But shout out to you guys for being here. We appreciate it, man. We love doing this every single Sunday here on Pub Sports Radio, Walk-Off Wagers. Me and my guy Spoons. We got my guy Stacks here, featured every single Sunday. We got Dabby Cab coming on. We got Sports Scientist Jacob. We got a lot of cappers coming on here, giving their plays, so appreciate you guys. We've got a gifted membership. Kristen Hess, shout out to her. She's been showing all kinds of love in our chat on X, resharing the posts, and it just means a ton to us for sharing that. You know what that means. If we got a donut, I'll take a little shot. All right, I got my guy Stacks with me here, so I know my guy Stacks is going to take a small one with me. Got to get to church at some point today, though, so got to lay off the shots a little bit, but let's go. Shout out to you guys. Stacks, boom. And we move on. Shout out to my guy North Ender. North Ender in the building. I haven't seen that name in the chat I feel like in a couple months. That's my guy right there. That's one of the sharpest cappers in the chat every single year. I remember talking with him so many times in college football and basketball. I don't think baseball is really his favorite sport to gap, but shout out to him for showing out here. And as well, shout out to Kristen for giving that Pub Sports Mania Red membership. And shout out to Troy Torrance in the building. He said Braves first 5. All right, Braves first 5 here. I'm curious, Troy, did you get I'm guessing you laid the half run here because the money line here on the first 5 is minus 145, minus a half is minus 105. I'm going to guess you went with the Braves on the minus half here. And I agree with you, Troy. I feel like I hate to be on the other side of these two. I kind of wanted the Braves here in this situation, but seeing the line move towards the Orioles this morning, it's a lot more appealing line, or a lot less of a favorite line than what they were last night. I think I saw the Braves around a minus 165, maybe even a 170 right now. They're currently sitting at a minus 150. It's, you guys know me, if it doesn't correlate with the market enough for me and I haven't moved on it, I'm not going to move on it. I need things to change my mind. And I got my guy two really good cappers that I respect on screen that are, on the other side. I think the Orioles are the side here. So it's going to ultimately be a pass for me. This is our first game on the board, though. It's going to first pitch in about 20 minutes. So
I got a homie that texts me every single day, and he's not even a Braves fan. And he'd be like, "Man, we betting the Braves." I'd be like, "Stop betting the Braves. Like, stop. Like, I'm a Braves fan. I've been stopped betting them. Like, I don't even get mad no more when people start talking shit on them. I used to get mad and start typing, and they ain't even worth me defending them no more. They my team, and I had the money line the first 2 games. So if it don't cash today, I'm still up. So I got to watch it on Roku. Don't bet the Braves. I mean, maybe first half. Troy Torrance could take the first half. Me and Spoons. Well, he on the team total. I'm gonna add a team total just in case. I'm gonna have 3 units all towards the Orioles. Money line, team total, and Gunner.
All right, there we go. My guy Stacks is loading up on the Roku game of the day.
I love it.
A little shout out for Roger Long saying it's first time in here, been picking baseball for 50 years. So an OG. Give us your plays in the chat, man. This is what this is about. It's a community. We all come together to try to find the best plays, get some money from the books. Love getting that experience in here. Also, shout out Rod Z.
Yep. I was just about to say, shout out to Rod Zawacki in the chat. We had him as a guest about a month ago, and he absolutely killed it. Shout out to him. Love all the work he's doing over there. Watch him on the morning shows a lot, and love the way he breaks down games. And shout out to our guy as well, Roger Long. Yeah, he said first time in for me, been picking baseball for 50 years, so an OG. I mean, not an I guess, you are an OG, so shout out to you, man. We love to have you. Here's Gorky in the building. He said, are we going live for both night games on ESPN? That's a question you're going to have to ask Jose, my friend. I know with the time difference and all that, it's 9 o'clock over there in Central Time when the late night games start. So might be a little bit too late.
What time now are you at?
Me? I'm over on the West Coast.
So it's 8:17?
No, it's 8:17 a.m.
It's 8:17?
Oh yeah, Stacks. I know it's funny when people are always like, "Wine time? How are you up this early?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm up this early all the time. I'm usually I'm early on in the morning." So
Spoon will tell you I'm up. Well, too, but I'm up this early. But I couldn't imagine.
I'll text you before I go to bed. I play for the next day, and it's like you reply back like you just woke up. You're like, "Oh, I'm on it." I'm like, "Okay,
yeah, I start my day. That's when I start my day. But I couldn't imagine doing the show at 8:17 in the morning, even though I get up at 3. But that's rough.
Yeah, it's fun though. I love it, man.
And you're drinking shots.
I know. I wouldn't trade it for the world, though. I love doing this with you guys, man. It's a choice, If I didn't want to do this, I wouldn't. But I love doing this with you guys. I love sharing my action and coming on here, seeing all the people show out in the chat, all the love that we've gotten these last couple weeks, especially these last couple weeks. These last 2 shows have been some really good shows, really good ratings for the channel. We just want to keep getting new eyes in here, new viewers in here, and keep the same viewers that we have because we love the same viewers that we have. We just want to keep growing, guys. And we're at 70 likes already. We're 30 likes away from 100. We're not even 20 minutes into the show. We're also only one game into the show. So Stacks, my guy, I appreciate you for coming on. We've got a loaded card today. You hop on backstage if you want to share another play later on.
No, I'll be on at the last game of the slate.
Yes, sir. Well,
I'll be in the chat, though.
Yes, sir. I look forward to seeing you there. Shout out to my guy Stacks, play of the day right there. And now let's go right into this next game here. We're going to go to Philadelphia. This is great. I mean, one of the best pitchers in all of baseball right here, Zach Wheeler. In his last start, I claimed that he wasn't going to throw more than 6 innings. The guy went out there and threw 8 innings. He was very efficient with his pitches, to say the least. You got the Cincinnati Reds on the other hand. Chase Burns. Not going to lie, last week when I capped this game, when I saw C. Burns, I was like, Corbin, tripping for a second. You don't see that a lot. Obviously, I know Corbin Burns isn't on the Reds, but threw me off a little bit. We've got the Philadelphia Phillies currently sitting at a minus 220 favorite on the money line, a minus 1.5, minus 125. Juice to the minus 1.5. We've got the Reds on the other hand, a team that's been fighting all season. A team I know my guy Jose was really high on going into this season, and I can see why not at this point. I mean, we're already 10 games past the halfway point. The Reds still sitting 3 games over 500, still control their own destiny here. They've got plenty of baseball to play. I'm surprised. I would have to admit that because I wasn't high on this Reds team. But this team knows how to win with the talent that they have, too. It's crazy because you look at that batting order. There's not too many guys in that order that I would want on my team, but they somehow get it done. And, also – I remember the beginning of the season. I don't know if you remember this, Spoons, how many games they were in that were a 1-0 game. It was just record breaking. It seemed like all these close 1-0 games, but I have nothing on this game. This is too much of a favorite for me to take the Phillies and Zach Wheeler. Do I think they're live to win this ball game? Yes. I'm not going to take them over minus 200. I'm not going to lay them minus 1.5 here, especially Zach Wheeler coming off a really good start. I mean, I know he usually has a good start every time he goes out there, but this just seems like, I don't know. It's a little bit too much for me to take the Phillies here. Spoons, break down this market, break down the weather, and if you have a play on this game.
Yeah, the weather in this game is absolutely conducive to scoring runs. We have plus 40% home runs projected by our friends at Ballpark Pal, plus 13% runs overall. The weather in this game, the actual temperature will be in the high 80s, low 90s, wind blowing out to right, around 8 miles an hour for most of the game. The actual market has shown us some pretty good development. We have 80% of the tickets on the under, 87% of the cash on the under. It opened at an 8.5, and all the books have 9s. We have 86% of the tickets on the Philadelphia Phillies and 89% of the cash on the Phillies. This is a top prospect. It's one of the best arms that's been in the minor leagues right now, coming up for the Cincinnati Reds. This is his 3rd game now, and I don't think this is a really great spot for him. There were some reports about him tipping his pitches in his last game out. It seemed to be his leg kick that was giving away everything. I've seen some people on social media kind of breaking it down. I question how quickly he can fix this tell, because he went a third of an inning, gave up 5 earned runs and 7 base runners to the Boston Red Sox. Honestly, in his first game out there versus New York, he looked pretty sharp. Just 5 innings pitched. I think there was a jack that ended up giving up the runs, but he did not look bad in that Yankees game. So the Red Sox obviously watched the tape very closely. The hitting and pitching staff came together and found a tell. And I think if the Red Sox found a tell, the Phillies are looking at it too. Obviously, the pitching staff there for the Reds have been addressing this with Chase Burns, but there's only a few days in between starts here. You can only do so much. The mechanics are everything to these guys. You're asked to throw a ball at pinpoint accuracy, and it's a guy that's got 98 and a nasty slider. If he's given away his nasty slider and they can just sit on that fastball, 98's not as impressive as it used to be in the minors. And yeah, I think he needs to really fix something here. Maybe just add more of his changeup into the mix, because it'll throw him off, because it comes out of that same delivery as the four seam. I'm not sure if it's as easy as that, but I would like to see Chase Burns fix it here. I think the market is really telling you that Zach Wheeler is going to pitch well. I think he's going to see the flamethrower on the other mound and just kind of step it up a little bit. Hey, kid, this is how you do it. I don't have a play in this game. I just think that anybody backing the Reds needs to know that Chase Burns has a really big tell going on right now, and major league hitters can hit that. You got Harper, Schwarber. This is a deep lineup.
Yeah, Spoons, you touched on it. I mean, this guy's slider is not going to be on point today. Yeah, that 98-mile-per-hour ball is not going to be anything to guys like Kyle Schwarber, guys like Bryce Harper, guys like Trey Turner. They've got so many bats in this order. If they know that fastball's coming, that 98, that's not as fast as it used to be, like Spoon said. We've got kids over in high school over here pitching on the Corona team that are going to be top 5 picks that are already throwing 95 miles per hour, and they're not even legal age to drink. They're still 3 years away from that. They can't even go in and buy cigarettes. You know what I mean? At this point, it's crazy, but these kids can go out there and throw gas. I don't know what's in the water nowadays, man, but technology that we have for these guys is pretty insane. But with that being said, it's going to be a pass for both of us. Let's move right on to this next game. We've got the Washington Nationals against the Boston Red Sox here. This game is going off here at 10:35 a.m. here over in DC, our nation's capital. We've got the Boston Red Sox here, sitting at 500 again. This team's been up and down all season long. It's crazy. They're still fighting with the guys that they have in that order. They've got Garrett Crochet on the mound, who's pitching just lights out this season. You can see that's why they're minus 235 here against Washington Nationals team that's been, they've been good this season in certain situations, but at the same time, they lose to the teams that they really should beat, and they beat the teams they should beat, it seems like. Here in this game, it's too much of seeing the Red Sox at a minus 235 against anyone in baseball makes me think the books know that they're going to absolutely smash here, and that Garrett Crochet absolutely deals. Maybe that's more like it, that Crochet actually goes out there and deals here. The lefty going against this heavily left-handed batting order in the Washington Nationals. You got those guys at the top, CJ Abrams, James Wood, that I talk about a lot. Outside those guys, they've got the lows, but Josh Bell, I mean, these guys 5 through 9, it gets pretty ugly down there. And this doesn't seem like a good spot for the Washington Nationals whatsoever here. I would only take the Boston Red Sox money line, maybe in a parlay or something. It's going to end up being a pass for me here in this game, Spoons. What do you have on this game?
I spent a little bit of time with this game, more than I'd like to for a game that I know I'm going to lay off of. But we got Garrett Crochet and Agasawara on the mound. This is a guy that's come over from the KBO. He was an all-star in his last season over there, and the Nationals signed him in the offseason. This is their first signing from overseas, so he's a pretty highly touted guy. They gave him a decent chunk of money. He came over, started pitching well at the AAA level immediately, and then dealt with an oblique injury. And it took him more than a month and a half to be able to come back from that. Pitchers do so much across the body stuff that those obliques are so important. He hasn't gotten back to the AAA level yet. He's been pitching in the low levels of the minor leagues. That's really concerning for me because that means he hasn't thrown a major league style ball very much at all in his life, and not at all recently. So in AA, you use a different ball. Single A, it's the same ball they use in AA. The laces are more pronounced. It's kind of like a high school ball that the kids get to play. And then over in the KBO, it's more similar to that high school ball, but it's really tacky. It's not like the major league ball, but the laces aren't as pronounced. So this is a guy with 5 pitches. His pitch mix, his fastball tops out at 90 miles an hour. He's got a 78 mile an hour change, a 79 mile an hour slider, a 70 mile curve, and an 82 mile an hour splitter. I think the pitch mix will eventually play pretty well in the major leagues, but when you have that low of velocity, you really need to rely on your control. And without the repetition of throwing this ball thousands of times, the ball's not going to go exactly the way he wants it to. And I question how successful he can be on the mound today. I got a text from my guy, Wags. He's here in the chat, warning me about the Red Sox probably sitting some guys. And when the lineup came out, everybody he talked about was sitting. David Hamilton, Marcelo Meyer, Wilyer Abreu, and Carlos Narvaez. So that's 2 of their better shortstops up the middle. The defense is going to be a little bit of a question mark for the Red Sox. A big part of me wants to just put my money on this kid, his first start out there. He's a mature guy, not a kid. This guy's 27 years old, and he's been pitching against professional hitters for a long time. Just that lack of repetition with the major league ball is what's keeping me off it. The tickets have 85% of them on Boston and 91% of the cash on Boston. 54% of the tickets on the over and 56% of the money on the under. Line open at an 8.5, and it's come down to an 8 on some of the offshores, but I see a lot of 8.5 still on the public books. So I think the market's sort of telling you this kid can pitch well today. It's not something I'm probably going to get to the window with. The weather here today at Nationals Park is modeled at plus 18% home runs, plus 12% runs overall. And we got 7 to 8 mile an hour winds blowing out from home plate to left field. There's a lot of lefty bats in the lineup for the Nationals today. Temperatures in the low 90s for most of the game. Ultimately, is just another pass for me. It's going to be something interesting. I would like to watch Ogasawara pitch today, see how things go. If I see the first inning, he's out there dotting everything, and I can get a +2 still on the Nationals, I might just go ahead and do that. I don't know that the Red Sox bullpen can hold on that well for Crochet, but he matches up really well against this Washington Nationals team. So I'm not sure how many runs they'll really be able to get off him. He's a lefty that's going to be facing a bunch of lefties. This guy's got 4 nasty pitches. He's one of the best lefties in the game right now. It'd be hard to make a top list without putting Garrett Crochet in it. Sorry, one time. Go ahead, take it away.
Oh, you're good, my bro. That was a very interesting stat here by our guy Rod Zawakian. Put bet on Washington on the red line after a game where they committed 3 or more errors. Washington record since 2024, 9-1 Nats plus. That's just a crazy stat and trend that like you really have to dig deep. And shout out to Rod C. That's what we know he's known for. If you guys ever want to know anything about trends, I'm sure he's the perfect guy you could ask for that. So shout out to him. Also see my guy Razor Sharp Picks. Shout out to everyone. What's up, fellas in chat? Razor Sharp Picks, my guy right there. Good to see you, brother. Appreciate you coming out and supporting. As always, everyone go follow Razor Sharp Picks channel on YouTube. Follow him on Twitter. One of the best cappers, one of the best people out there, one of the most honest people you can meet. I met this guy in person the last 2 years in San Antonio. One of the best people you can meet and hang out with. He's such a chill dude, and he makes money. That's the thing. I remember waking up the first morning, and we had a crazy night the night before. We were all drinking and stuff. And I just remember hearing Razor scream, "Wake up! It's time to make some fucking money!" And at like 6 a.m., that's like 4 a.m. when we were on the West Coast for me usually. And I got up and we capped. So shout out to you, Razor Sharp Picks.
That's his normal talking voice, right? I've only ever heard shout out every single time. It's wonderful. The energy is bar none, and so are the horse picks. Only guy I see posting $42,000 winners.
Crazy. And actually, the proof is in the pudding right there. So shout out to him. We're lucky to rock with him. Let's move on to the next game, guys. My Anaheim Angels against the Toronto Blue Jays here. I guess you could almost say my Toronto Blue Jays in a way, too, because of how high I've been on this team this season. Jimmy knows. I mean, I moved on this team 2 Fridays ago at plus 700 to win the division live on the show. Also gave out the Rays. They were both plus 700. Gave out the Rays to make the playoffs. Rays are starting to cool off a little bit. Eventually, the Blue Jays will be as the same, but they're just playing some really good ball right now, really inspiring ball. Angels, I mean, if we're being completely honest here, guys, I mean, they should have won these first 2 games. They had the opportunities to win these ball games. Joe Adell comes up in that first game, hits a 3-run home run. They had numerous opportunities to win that ball game. Couldn't do it. Yesterday, same thing, had extra innings to do it. They just couldn't do it. Guys, I've been an Angel fan my whole life. This is when they start spiraling down, and I hate to say it because I've been so high on this team this season, and I've been making money off them. It's just, I don't know. I need to see them wake up here. I need to see them do something because this seems what happens during their seasons. They always start spiraling after they somewhat do decent, and they've never had this good of a record at the halfway point, I believe, and I don't think ever since we had Shohei Ohtani. So I like everything they're doing over there right now. But at the same time, I'm not sure how long it's going to last for. This is going to ultimately another pass for me, guys. I've got a couple plays I'm going to have on the card today, but this is not going to be it. I'm not going to move on TA here. I like Tyler Anderson, but they just can't hit for him every time. It seems like he goes out on the mound. It seems like he goes out there and it's just one inning where he really blows up and doesn't do good. I like Tyler Anderson. I like this Angels team. The Blue Jays at minus 200 here. Like, why? It just doesn't make any sense. I think they're telling us that they're live to win this game and get the sweep here in Toronto, just the way they're playing baseball right now. And I want to give a quick shout out to Kristen as well for gifting another Pub Sports Radio membership here. Shout out to Kristen Hess. I want to pull that up really quick. Let's see. There we go. Appreciate you, Jose. I got to take a shot for Kristen right there. We're going to get it going here. And we've also got a special guest we're going to bring on here, I believe, for the next ball game. Shout out to you guys. Woo. All right. And with that being said, I'm off this game entirely. TC, if this is one of the games you're on, give me a thumbs up. If not, I'll wait until the next game. Oh, yeah, it is. All right. Let's bring on our next guest, guys. He's one of the stars of our MMA podcast every single week on Pub Sports Radio. He goes live. He breaks down all the fights live. He gives the live play-by-play. One of the best in the business to do it. This guy should be doing it on a national stage, the way he talks, man. I love watching this guy do the play-by-plays here on the UFC fights. We're going to bring him on here. He came on a couple weeks ago, made his walk-off wagers debut. We're going to bring him on here again. Everyone welcome my guy, TC, just my 2 cents in the building. What up, TC? How are you, my friend?
What is up, boys, dude? Thank y'all so much for having me back. Yeah, this show is getting a little bit too respectable. I thought I'd come on here and trash it up real quick, man. Great to see y'all. I don't even have to come on and fuss at the chat, man. The likes are up, dude. They're over 80. Get them to 100, man, and well-deserved. Y'all been kicking ass on the show, and I'm honored to be a part of it once again.
We appreciate you for being on here, TC. Yeah, guys, we've got 86 likes. We've got 240 people in the building. Hit that like button, guys. If we get to 200 likes, we're going to do some kind of giveaway. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is quite yet, but let's get there. I know it might take a little bit of time, but we can get there. TC, what are you on in this game? Los Angeles Angels. You got Tyler Anderson on the mound here against Evan Gosman and the Toronto Blue Jays. What do you have in this ball game?
Well, I love hearing that you're an Angels fan. I do share some of your sentiment about the Angels being like inconsistent and maybe like headed towards that dip. But dude, I actually like the Los Angeles Angels in this spot. I am fading the sweep. I am an O's fan. It is always let's go. Oh shit, I don't even have a fucking hat on. Dumbass, dude. I switched the cap out. But yeah, I was gonna rock the O's cap today. I don't know if that's a good or a bad sign, but no. Always let's go O's, but this is not just a loser O's fan talking. I think our division is a little fraudulent, dude. Even the Yankees been getting stomped by the Mets, and like, yeah, the Blue Jays have been playing really good ball. They're on a 7-game winning streak. It's their biggest streak of the season. But dude, like, you beat the fuck out of the Mets, like you just boat race them, and then you're like barely squeaking by the Angels. Like, I don't know, dude. I think the Toronto Blue Jays are about to come back down to earth. I don't think they're getting 2 sweeps in a row, let alone a 4-game and then a 3-game. I think they were damn lucky to like win these past couple games. And for some reason, I just don't think they're going to get the late action here. I think the Angels will win the game outright. I don't know if it's going to be a butt whooping, but yeah, let's go Angels. I'm on a 4-day winning streak. So let's see. Giants, Rockies, Padres, the Cardinals yesterday. Let's fucking go, dude. So yeah, let's go Angels. That is my only spot. Again, it's like I don't have the sharp analysis and the numbers that you guys do, but I've been doing pretty good. Like my gut reads have been what's bringing me success betting MLB. So I'm doing it here, man. Angels. Yeah. Plus, I think I got them at plus 145. You can get it better now.
Yeah, you can get a plus 155, plus 160 around right now on the Anaheim Angels, guys. Love the breakdown, TC. Yeah, I mean, I've liked watching this team this year. And someone said the Angels are 500. They're 2 games under 500. They've had 7 different opportunities to get over that 500 point since they were 500 at the beginning of the season. Haven't gotten over that hump yet. I hope that this is the perfect game to do it because I would love to see the Angels avoid the sweep here.
Oh, yeah. And, dude, to be clear, like, I think the Jays are the better team. They can absolutely win this game. Dude, the Angels went on a fucking 8-game winning streak, like, earlier this season. So it's not like 8 games is impossible. I just, like, I don't know, man. I just feel like it's seems a little bit too good to be true. But I could be wrong, man. Best of luck. I'm not gonna stay in y'all's hair too much longer. Is it cool if I do a quick roll call and shout out some of the people in the chat?
Oh, of course,
please, dude. I do a horrible job. Whenever I guest appear, I get nervous and I see people like shouting me out in the chat. I'm like, I don't want to like hog the screen or anything. But let me shout out some of the homies. 243 people in here. We do have over 100 likes though, so that's fucking good. Like I said, well deserved, man. Y'all been fucking kicking out. Who we got up in this thing, man? Adams Digest, Gorky, of course, man. My dude Ron Lofton, Turnsy 66, Noel 207, Jacob, dude, he's been killing it. Shout out to the new kid on the block, sports scientist Jacob. Boom, Big Daddy Boom, man. Shout out to you. Scott, Wages. Everyone that has not become a member, dude, join the fucking Cool Kids Club. It is not that expensive. You get chances to win more money. You always, like, even if you don't join, and just subscribe to this channel. You get access to free bets every day on just about every sport. But yeah, man, I see all the fucking the usual suspects in here. Stacks, Troy Torrance, Philly Eagle, Flyer, man. Shout out to all you guys, dude. Dabby Cab, Joshua Alexander, Chris Warren, Conger. What are you doing? I tell you what, dude, it warms my fucking heart to see Conger, a man that was so down on betting MLB, just getting greasy with it, man. I love it, dude. Shout out to all you guys. I won't take up too much more of your time, but I did want to take a quick toke, dude. I got the coffee pot going at the both same time. I got my cold brew and this roast and toast cup that my brother gave me for Christmas. So I'm gonna have a casual toke with the boys real quick. And just christen the stream. So cheers, everyone. Whether you drinking something, say what?
While you take that toke, we got another gifted Pub Sports Radio membership. So I got to take a shot with you, TC. He's going to take a little toke right there out of the coffee cup. Oh, shout out to you, TC.
Cannonball, man. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate it, Kristen. But I'm going to get out of here, man. Dude, thank you for shouting out the MMA podcast. Locker Room Talk podcast is Pub Sports Radio's UFC cast. We are coming out with a new episode this Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on this very same channel. Lewis and Taliesin Teixeira is going to be headlining. So we'll be back. Shout out to you guys. Smash the like for these two gents right here. Best of luck. Kick ass today. And yeah, I'm going to keep this win streak going. Let's go, Angels. Appreciate it, boys.
TC. Appreciate you, my guy. Shout out
on
to
that
TC.
note, I know Kyle doesn't do a lot of UFC stuff at all. So if you're over here from Kyle's channel, I see it in the chat asking about UFC picks. These guys kill it. They bring you so many different angles to they interview the actual fighters. Our guy Millsy, like these guys work together and attack the UFC card in a way I haven't seen done it. It's great content.
Yeah, they put the work in, that's for sure, and it rewards them. Love watching those guys work in the UFC. I think it's every Tuesday, the MMA Locker Room podcast where they break down the entire MMA card. It's posted all week for you guys. Be sure to check them out because they support us. We always support them. They're the homies. We love those guys, so shout out to them. Spoons, I don't even think you got to this game yet. What do you have in this game?
I want to start shouting out our guy, Ron Crawford. Guy has the spreadsheet play of the day. He brings almost every Pub Sport channel. Put a little note in there. Angels +1 is now 8 in a row versus the American League. I think he's been riding Angels +1.5. That +1 is where I've been the last 2 games in this. Yeah. Hasn't cost me a penny, but it's just been frustrating. I've seen this Blue Jays bullpen completely depleted, and the Angels just time after time just kind of give it away. But that's why that +1 is so valuable. It gives you that money right back in your pocket when it's only a one-run game. I'm going to touch on the market here. We got 70% of the tickets on the over, 89% of the cash on the over. Total opened at a 9, and we see 9s across the board. 72% of the tickets have come in on the Toronto Blue Jays and 66% of the cash. So when you factor in the size of the -200 for the Blue Jays, you definitely got some sharps over there on the Angels. It's not the overwhelming majority, but worth noting. And I actually added this play as we were chatting. I took the Angels over 3.5 at -125 on Bet365, available right now. This is an Angels team. I expect to score runs. We're at Rogers Center today. It's going to be beautiful. It's modeled at +20% home runs and +12% runs overall. Our friends over at Ballpark Pal.
Jeez.
The roof here is a little bit magic, as my friend Kyle likes to say, and it's going to be open today. 0 chance for rain, temperatures in the high 80s, and wind blowing out 14 miles an hour. I think these Angels bats can get it done. I think maybe just our guy Odell can get me all 4 runs that I need, to be honest. And I think Trout's really in a spot where he'd like to put some runs up on the board too. This is an Angels team that, you know, we see Rod's stat in there about Washington being 9-1, I want to say, after having 3 errors in the field. When you come up to bat and you let yourself down and you're a big guy like Trout, you always want to come back and make it up. And I expect him to bounce back. I expect this lineup to continue to try to put their teams in a position to win. Tyler Anderson, I almost got there with the +1 again. I think he matches up really well against this Toronto lineup. He is a guy that's got a 5.3 xFIP to lefties and a 1.74 WHIP. And there's not a lot of lefties in this lineup. It's the righties you got to worry about.
Against lefties, which is crazy. I don't get it.
So Tyler Anderson pitches really well against right-handed hitters. So I think that 1.19 WHIP to the right-hand side, almost 0.6 lower, 0.5 lower, and weighted on base to opposing batters, that's 140 points lower. I think he's going to pitch really well against this really righty-heavy lineup. I just didn't want to do the +1 again. I think the team total is going to get there. I think I can stop worrying about the game 7 innings in and just be happy. Kevin Gausman has not pitched well at home here with the roof open. He gave up 7 runs to Arizona in less than 5 innings and 3 runs and 10 base runners to the Sacramento Athletics team in less than 5 innings. I think this is a spot where the Angels can tag him for a few. And like I already mentioned, this Blue Jays bullpen is in a bad situation. If we go back the last 6 days, I mean, everybody's had to pitch 3-4 games minimum across the league. They've brought up some AAA guys. Jeff Hoffman, I expect to be in there to close the game out today for them. And that's kind of what kept me off the overall just Angels side of things. But the team total at -125 is very affordable. It's on my card. Wine Time, go ahead, take it away. I know these are your guys. You're a little, it's not your spot, I don't think.
It's not my spot, Spoons. To see the Blue Jays against the Angels at a -200 makes me think the Blue Jays are live to win this game here, going for the sweep. I don't know, man. I love what you're saying about Trout. And it is crazy. And I think it was the top of the 10th or top of the 11th last night where he came up with the runner at second, 2 outs, and they intentionally walked him. And right before he came up, I was like, Trout better end this game right now. Like, he better. All we need is 1 run. That's all we need. They walk him, get to Taylor Ward. Of course, it works out for them. You mentioned Joe Adell. This guy's one of the hottest hitters in baseball. I mean, if he continues this way, we might see him in the All-Star game instead of Mike Trout. If we're being completely honest, that might happen.
I know that the roof is going to be closed. I'm sorry. Just double checking. I see a couple messages now. I'm looking for the official announcement, but sorry, continue on. I just wanted to change that.
No, you're good. Yeah, Glenn R. even said Jays live at -200 as home faves. I mean, it's weird that they're this much of favorites. I don't think they're that much better than the Angels. Who's the better pitcher on the mound? I think we could probably have a debate on that. If you're looking at both these lineups, we could probably have a debate on that, honestly. It just depends on if the Angels want to show up with the runners in scoring position or not. Ultimately, that's what cost them these last couple games. They're just not scoring with runners in scoring position. It's going to be a pass for me. Shout out to North Henry. Said I've been getting crushed to fade these Jays last couple days, have Springer nightmares. I would too, man. That guy is just playing at a high level at the age of 35 right now. It's wild to see.
Wine Time, what's the temperature over there and where you're at right now?
72, 73 probably.
When do you think they'd issue a heat advisory over there in California?
Never. At least where I'm at by the beach, so there's a lot of a breeze a lot of the time. So it could be in Anaheim, it could be 90, but it could be 72 where I am, and I'm only 15 minutes away.
The temperatures are in the high 80s, and they issued a heat advisory. That's why they're going to shut the roof. It's 88 degrees in game time.
That's disgusting. That? Yeah, that's gonna be it's hot out. I mean, it's summer out there in Toronto. You know, these are their summer months. They only get 2 or 3 of them a month, I guess, or 2 or 3 of them a year. So shout out to them. It's gonna keep me off this game, Spoons. I can't take the Angels at this much plus money as much as I want to from a fan standpoint. But from a fan standpoint, I've kind of seen this already. It's not an Angels spot if you're asking me. But we'll move on to the next game. Shout out to Glenn. He said had 100 on Springer home run. Yeah, he's on fire. Let's move on to this next game. We've got the Detroit Tigers. Best pitcher in all of baseball right now, I guess we could say, in Tyreek Skubal. This guy's been lights out this season, especially in the American. I guess you could say in the American League, but got Gavin Williams on the other side of the Cleveland Guardians. I mean, Cleveland Guardians, what is going on here, Spoons? This team is just spiraling out of control. I thought at some point they were going to break this losing streak in this series. The price has been seen so off this entire season. Like, Tigers are just barely favorites. It's easy money with the Tigers at this point against this Guardians team. And it's simple. They don't have the batters in that order to compete with a team like the Detroit Tigers, especially when you're going against a guy like Skubal here in this spot. These bats from Guardians are weak. It's Jose Ramirez, and that's it, guys. I guess you can say Steven Kwan. Him and Jose Ramirez, that's it. I mean, Carlos Santana, this guy was about to retire this year. He's their cleanup hitter. I don't really know what this Guardians team going forward, what they're going to show us and what they're going to give us. This isn't a playoff team by any means. They weren't a playoff team last year, but they somehow make a run and almost get it to the World Series somehow, some way. I'll never understand that. But with that being said, Detroit Tigers going for the sweep here. They're over a -200. It's because Tariq Skubal's on the mound, but they've just been playing way better baseball. Nothing for me as of right now, Spoons, unless you can talk me off. I'm going to hop off really quick, but take it away here.
Yeah, we have the Detroit Tigers versus the Cleveland Guardians. 88% of the tickets have come in on the Detroit Tigers and 86% of the cash. No surprise there. Scooble games are always super heavily weighted. The under has 89% of the tickets, but the over has 74% of the cash. This book opened at a 7.5 juice to the over. And a lot of the books have the 7.5 juice to the under right now. So they're not really respecting that over cash. Obviously, Scooble is just one of the most elite pitchers in baseball right now. It's hard to fade him or say he won't pitch well in any situation. He's got a .57 whip versus lefties on the season. And that's what you got to worry about with the Cleveland Guardians bets. I really don't see how they get to him or tag him for that many runs at all. Gavin Williams on the other side, he's a guy that really pitches well to lefties, and this Tigers bats, you need to worry about their lefties. And I think you're going to be missing at least two of their best bats out of their lineup today. Double checking the projected lineups. We have Colt Keith, Matt Vierling, Riley Green, Spencer Torkelson, Wenzel Perez, Dylan Dingler, Parker Meadows, Javi Baez, Trace Sweeney. So you're missing some bats from that Detroit side. I think this is just another AL Central under. We've seen it in these first two games. It's really hard to come by runs. Detroit's bullpen is a little more taxed here, but I think Scooble has all the ability to go out there, throw 7 innings, only need to hand 2 off to the bullpen. It's really just, can Gavin Williams keep the Tigers bats at bay? And I don't see why they can't today. Ballpark Pal does have this modeled pretty offensively at plus 22% home runs and plus 16% runs overall. It's because the wind's blowing out 10 miles an hour from center to right field, but temperatures in the high 90s. I don't have a play in this game. My guy, Dobby Cab, how you doing?
What's up, man? I saw one time jump off, so I figured I'd join you. Williams, he's only 1-2 against the Tigers, but he does have a 2.53 ERA against them in 4 games. So he does have, some actual at bats to go off of, I guess you can say. So yeah, I would say this totals at that 7.5 for a reason. Man, I didn't bet this one. I was just hopping on since Wine Time wasn't here. You know what I did bet though was Brandon Marsh. You guys can get the hits, runs, RBIs at plus money. You can get plus 185 for the total bases. I split my unit today, just so everybody knows. I didn't do it how I usually bet. I got half a unit on both of them. All right. And then I got one more bet. I'll come back up here later, man. Keep killing.
Wait, Gabby Cab, real quick before you hop off. I saw the funny post you tagged Kyle in with Barry Bonds and all the other great hitters of all time. What do you think Barry Bonds' hit props would be lined at? Like the hits, runs, RBIs, 2.5 minus 250, 2 walks minus 180. What do you think those would have been priced at that 04 season?
I bet his 2 walks would be probably more juiced than some people's total bases. I mean, have you ever heard what Greg Maddux said? The only way to pitch to Barry Bonds is you don't pitch to him. That's the only way you can get the dude out is you don't pitch to him. I think his props would have been 2.5 even in a game that's got like an 8.5 total. It would have been wild. You would have had to go 2.5 total bases with an 8.5 total. So shout out to the GOAT, Barry Bonds. I don't care what anybody says. He's the best player of all time. That's all there is to it. So I'll be back.
Besides Brandon Marsh.
They're one and the same is what I'm trying to
say. Shout out to my guy Davy Cat for hopping on. I appreciate that, my man. Yeah, the more I look at this game, Spoons, the more I'm intrigued on this under 7.5. It is a little bit juiced to minus 120. It opened up at a plus 100, 15 to 20 cents difference depending on where you're looking at. It just almost seems a little bit too good to be true. I mean, the Guardians aren't hitting. I mean, at what point are they going to actually get some runs here? I don't know if this is going to be the spot, though, against Tariq Skuble. I mean, the Guardians just can't get it together offensively. So I have a lean towards the under. We're going to get to some of my plays here shortly, guys. I'm going to end up taking a pass on this one. Spoons, remind me, you didn't move on this game officially, right?
No, that under is super appealing to me. The weather's just a little bit too offensive. The Guardians haven't won almost 2 calendar weeks now. I think it's like June 25th, 26th. So
Crazy.
at some point, these are major league hitters. I would expect them to swing the bat a little bit. Scooble's
Oh.
not the place I'm trying to say it's going to happen, though. This guy can make the best lineups look silly. So this is lay the Tigers spot or just take that under. AL Central unders really seem to happen quite frequently. Just the poor offensive quality here. I think Williams can probably get to this depleted Tigers lineup. It'd be a different story if you had Carp in there, but I don't know. You're also missing Gleyber Torres, so this is not a great spot in my opinion there.
All right, let's move on to this next game, Spoons. A game I'm very intrigued about. I'm curious to what you have to say about one of these right-handed pitchers going for his first time this season for the Milwaukee Brewers. We've got the Milwaukee Brewers, got Brandon Woodruff on the mound. First start of the year. He's been injured. Been wondering where this guy was. Got Miami Marlins. Edward Cabrera, on the other hand, seems to be playing some really good baseball. They got another win yesterday. I think it was in the bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded Magic. Base hit. Scored 2 runs to get them the win there. This team's playing good ball. They're 8 games under 500 right now, and it's almost like one of these guys is going to start slowing down, these young cats, man. But they've got some good young guys in this order here. I'm really intrigued. I kind of want to move on the under here in this spot. What do you think, Brandon? How many pitches is Brandon Woodruff going to throw today, Spoons? Do you have a minor league report on what he's been doing at all?
Yeah, so his minor league numbers don't look very good just to the naked eye. The whip's pretty high. He's given up some runs. The big thing to me in his last start, he worked up to 84 pitches, I believe. I don't have the spreadsheet here right now. But the big thing for me is the velocity's up. He touched 94 with his fastball again. His first few outings, he was borderline low 90s, like actually throwing 90.5, 90.7 on some of his fastballs. And it slowly ticked up. And that's the development I want to see out of his arm. He's an old guy. He's not trying to get called up to the major leagues by showing off, striking a bunch of guys out in the minors. He's just trying to hit his spots, get his mechanics right, get comfortable on the mound. And getting up to that many pitches makes me feel like he's in a spot where he wants to be. It's been almost 2 full years since we've seen this guy pitch healthy in the majors. And I have really vivid memories of this guy being a dominant starter. He's pitched well for the Brewers for a long time. They've had the option to DFA him, not have to deal with that contract anymore with him being injured. And they're not giving this guy up to any other team. They know somebody's going to pick him up, and Woodruff's going to come in here and hand the Brewers some L's. Miami team is as hot as you could be in baseball. I think they're 9-1 and 8-2 in their last 10. Obviously, Edward Cabrera, he's having one of the best seasons he's ever had. That last start versus Minnesota, 7 innings pitched, 0 earned, just 2 hits and a walk. And that's the big thing for Cabrera is just the 1 walk. When this guy can control his stuff, it's a different level pitcher. He's got no hit stuff coming out of his arm every time he walks out there. He's just always had an issue with control and gets away from him. Then when he gets a runner on base, you have to change into the stretch, and that affects some pitchers more than others. And Cabrera just doesn't pitch well with runners on base. And ultimately, this is why I've come over to the Brewers side. These bats are great on the road. They're 5th in baseball in weighted runs created plus on the full season, 2nd in the last 30 days. These bats overall in the last 30 days are 7th in baseball any way you want to cut it. I know Miami's hot. You can definitely say that. But at home, they have not hit this season. They're 26th weighted runs created plus last 30 days and 24th. Bottom 5 in the league. It's not a lineup I trust that much. These Brewers bats I trust so much more. I think this is a spot where Woodruff can show up, give me 5 good innings, and I have a bullpen that I trust behind him. I got the minus 122 on it. You can get a better number on that right now. Looking to see if we have anything for lineups in this game as official. I have a official Miami lineup of Xavier Edwards, Jesus Sanchez, Otto Lopez, Agustin Ramirez, Kyle Stowers, Eric Wagaman, Herbito Hernandez, Connor Norby, and Dan Myers. I expect everybody to be in there for the Brewers. They have the lefty bats that I think can give Edward Cabrera just a little bit more trouble. That being Sal Frelick, Christian Yelich, Bryce Terang, Jake Bowers. I think this is a spot where the Brewers show up, give me a win.
Yeah, shout out to Jake Bowers, my guy out of Marina High School. Known that guy for a long time, so shout out to him. I like the under here in this spot, Spoons. I'm going to officially move on. I wish I got in at the 8. It would have probably been a little bit juicier, but I'm on the under 7.5 minus 110 here in Milwaukee Brewers, Miami. I'm going to expect Woodruff goes out there and deals against this Miami lineup that has been hot, but I mean, they really have their 1 or 2 innings a game, I feel like, and their pitching's been doing really well holding up on its end. So I'm going to trust Edward Cabrera out there. I'm going to trust Brandon Woodruff to go out there and at least give me 5-6 innings, hopefully of 1 to 2 earned run baseball. Guess that's the best I can ask for him here in this situation. But this is going to be my first official play of the day, guys. I'm going to move on the under here, 7.5. I could have gotten an 8 last night, but didn't get there. I'm still going to take the 7.5. That's going to be my first official play here on the show, guys. And let's move on to Battle of New York, man. What do they call this? The Subway Series out there in New York, man. New York Yankees, Max Fried, who's been absolutely dealing this season at 10-2, is going to face Chris Davinsky from the New York Mets. We got the Yankees sitting here at a big favorite here for a reason, I think. Minus 180, I guess now. What did this line open up? Is there line movement towards the Mets here as we've been talking about it on the show? There has been significant line movement towards the Mets here. Since we started this show, I looked at before and I did not see this much. I saw the Yankees as a minus 205. The New York Yankees are currently sitting at a minus 177 with a total of 9 at minus 115 juice to the under. We got the Mets sitting here at plus 162 with Davinsky on the mound. Spoons, what's Davinsky? What are we going to expect out of this guy?
He just pitched. This is a reliever coming in to open the game. I was trying to double check anything on the Mets' actual bulk inning reliever. I don't have anything official on it. I wish I had dug in a little bit more to it, but this game just didn't appeal to me that much. Still trying to double check RotoWire, see if they have anything on the. I mean, I don't see anything. I was kind of thinking last night the Mets have a guy absolutely dealing in AAA Syracuse right now. I thought he is available to pitch today, and they might roster transaction him up for some major league innings today, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So I think they're going to rely heavily on their bullpen. This is a pretty good bullpen that can probably handle some innings versus the Yankees, but these Yankees lineup has been hitting, even if they haven't been winning games, and they can probably do that again here today. They didn't have to use any arms yesterday with the way the game went that are super important. I don't have anything very concrete on this game. We have 70% of the tickets on the New York Yankees, 78% of the cash on the New York Yankees, the line moving towards the Mets, 64% of the tickets on the under, 55% of the tickets on the under. This line to open at a 9. I'm still seeing 9s across the board. Wine time, take it away. I'm going to dig a little deeper and see if I have anything by the time you're done talking on this Mets pitching, because I feel like something has to be going on to move this line 50 cents the opposite direction of the Yankees with all the cash on the other side.
And seeing this total for Max Fried is just absolutely wild. But I mean, I guess the weather's going to tell us that 11.5 miles per hour to dead center, 87 degrees out there at New York Mets Stadium. It seems like this is going to be a high-scoring game. It seems like both pitchers can get touched here. You mentioned Chris Davinsky is probably going to only go in there for an inning or 2. Max Fried, we know what he's going to give us. I saw my guy Mills dropped in there. I think he said Soto and Soto and Alonso have good numbers against them.
Waddell is the bulk reliever.
Yeah, I got nothing on this game, Spoons. I'm going to take a hard pass on this. When I see the Battle of New York and seeing the Yankees this much of favorites here in this situation, makes me think that they're alive to win this ball game. This is a rivalry, and they have lost the last 2 games. I mean, the Yankees have not been playing good baseball at all this last week or so. They got to get it together at some point. It seems like this is the right spot for them with Max Fried on the mound. I'm not going to move on this. Nothing's going to get me on this game in any kind of way, especially not knowing who's really going to come in for how long in that New York Mets spot. So after Davinsky, I think Chris Davinsky actually was on the Angels a couple years ago, if I remember correctly, and he wasn't very good. So it's going to be a pass for me, Spoons. I want nothing to do with this game. If you have anything else in this game, touch on it. If not, we'll move on to Minnesota Rays.
So Waddell can I think you can probably give him 4 innings. He's gone 3 innings in both of his last starts. He's had 4 days of complete rest here. I think this is a spot where him and Davinsky probably combined to cover the first 5 for the Mets. Still kind of odd movement. It doesn't make sense to me. It tells me the Mets are very live.
All right. Well, Spoon says the Mets are very live here in this ball game. It's going to end up being nothing from us in this spot. We're going to take a hard pass on this. We've got another good game here coming up here. We've got the AL Central against the AL East here. We've got the Tampa Bay Rays against the Minnesota Twins here. We've got Drew Rasmus on the mound, Joe Ryan on the mound for the Minnesota Twins. Guess you could say both these teams as aces. I would say Drew Rasmus over Pepio. Both pitching really well here. Let me look at the total right now and look at the line before I get into this. We got the Rays currently sitting at a plus 115 underdogs. These Rays lines have been getting a little more fishy as the public started getting onto them and started betting them. They're making the lines a little more appealing for them here. And them being a dog against the Minnesota Twins definitely has me raising eyebrows a little bit here. Joe Ryan, don't get me wrong, has been pitching really good this season. He's a good pitcher. You look at the eye test, you look at his numbers, expected numbers, all that stuff. It checks all the boxes for both of these guys, which is why I wanted to get on the under here, under 8, especially with both these lineups. You guys know I'm not high on this Minnesota Twins lineup by any means here. Yesterday they went off for, let's see, had this pulled up. So this total went over yesterday. It was a 6-5 final for the Twins. They've taken care of business in these first 2 games against the Rays, but yet the Rays are an underdog with their ace on the mound. This doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. The line hasn't really moved though. I mean, this is pretty much where the line opened up. So I think the books think both these guys pitchers shove. We are seeing both the team totals over 3.5, juice to the over, minus 130, minus 135 here. Minnesota Twins are minus 1.5, plus 170 on the run line. Spoons, take it away here. Tampa Bay Rays, Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, I was just peeking at lineups. It looks like all the big bats for both teams are going to be available. Minnesota has their official lineup out. You got Buxton, Castro, Larnach, Correa, Brooks Lee, Matt Wallner, Royce Lewis, Cody Clemens, Christian Vasquez. Tampa Bay still has their projected lineup out. You have 60% of the tickets on the Tampa Bay Rays, 71% of the cash on the Rays. This line opened at the Rays plus 105, and you can get a plus 115-ish on them right now. The books don't respect that Rays money. I was on the Rays yesterday. Clevenger's not going to be available. He's blown the last 2 games for the Rays, so I think that's in their pocket. I think that's a good thing, but the bullpen does have some concerns. You have 78% of the tickets on the under and 83% of the cash on the under. This line opened at an 8, and I see you can get an 8.5 right now at DK at minus 115. So not a ton of respect for that under, but I think it did bounce around. So maybe some of that cash came in while it had moved up a little bit. I had a strong lean to the Rays. I think Rasmussen's a really good pitcher. He's a guy I'd like to continue backing. He's got great numbers versus righties, a .81 whip and a 3.44 xFIP. And this Twins lineup, when I went down it, just about all those big names are righties. You do have Clemens, you do have Wallner, Trevor Larnach will hit from the left-hand side, but Buxton's not, Correa's not, Royce Lewis isn't. Those are the bats I'm really concerned about. I don't know how I can go back to the Rays after the last couple of days watching them play baseball. Joe Ryan is a stud. 1 earned run in his last 13 innings pitched, 2 games, hasn't allowed a walk. This guy's just got great command, throws the ball where he wants to. And it doesn't matter what side of the plate it is. 0.81 whip versus righties, 0.95 whip versus lefties. It does appear lefties get to him a little more because he's got an xFIP that's about 1.25 higher, but it's one of those things that I don't really want to try to get in front of Joe Ryan. My only bet here could be on the Rays, but there's just enough keeping me off with bullpen concerns, recent arms having to be used. And I think the Twins are just a team that's hitting the ball pretty well right now. I trust Tampa Bay's bats more overall any given day, but I don't think this is a great matchup for the Rays here today. Also, the Twins have an off day tomorrow, and the Rays have to play baseball. So that allows you to just deploy your bullpen a little differently. The best reliever for the Twins did go yesterday for 2 innings, but it wasn't that many pitches, and guaranteeing him an off day tomorrow. I'm not sure if Duran might be available. It was only 34 pitches, but they'll definitely have Jax. They'll definitely have Varland. Cole Sands opened, so he's probably not going to be out there, but there's good arms out there for Minnesota to take this away from Joe Ryan after he pitches great.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for me, Spoons. I mean, yeah, I've been on the Rays a lot this season, but watching them play baseball lately, I can't move on them here in this spot. I could only move on the Minnesota Twins, and I'm not going to lie, I might get on the Minnesota Twins before first pitch here. We still got some time, but we're going to move on to this next game. We're going to go right to Colorado, Coors Field. Shout out to all the Coors Field fans, all the fans out there in Colorado, man. These guys are showing out for these games, watching one of the worst teams we've ever seen in baseball play, and they're excited. They get pumped when they make nice catches in the outfield and they hit home runs. It's crazy to watch this fan base just be so excited about this team that's going absolutely nowhere and has no future as of right now. But shout out to their fan base because they've got a great fan base. I wish the Angels had that kind of fan base. But we got Shane Smith on the mound for the Chicago White Sox. They're coming off another win here in Colorado. You got Chase Dollinger on the other mound. Spoons, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know too much about either of these pitchers here. This was going to be a game. This is what we call it. My guy Jimmy would call a bum fight. Sometimes we would like to get involved with bum fights though because we have value in them. I was on the Rockies yesterday, unofficially didn't tweet it out. I lost it, took it on the chin. To see them just strand so many runners in scoring position throughout that entire game and just throughout this entire season, it's just absolutely wild. To get bases loaded, no outs on several occasions, can capitalize. I don't trust this team. I don't trust either of these teams. We got the White Sox open up at a -120, sitting around a -115 now. So we are seeing some slight movement towards the Rockies in Dollinger. Nothing I would move on here. Spoons, take it away, my guy.
Yeah, this is a tough game. I'll just start with the market. You got 52% of the tickets on the Chicago White Sox, 52% of the cash, so pretty dead even splits. The line opened -120 in favor of the White Sox, and it's come down to a pick 'em at every book that I see. You have Dollinger on the mound and Smith, two pretty good young pitchers. On the total in this game, we have 62% of the tickets on the over and 75% of the cash on the under. 11s have been available the entire time that this line's been open. I really wanted to back the Rockies here. I still kind of want to back the Rockies here. Dollinger's a really good pitcher, in my opinion, that has just drawn the misfortune of being drafted to the Rockies and having to pitch in Coors Field. He's also had the benefit of already pitching in Coors Field. If you look at his last two games, they don't look that great, but it was against Houston and the Dodgers. He gave up 9 earned between them, 10 hits and four walks. And that was in almost 9 innings worth of work. I think he can pitch better than that. If you look versus the Mets, he also gave up some runs, but I don't consider the White Sox lineup at the same level I do the New York Mets or the LA Dodgers. Like this is a kid that hasn't really had a spot to pitch well here yet, and this is the first time he's drawn that opportunity. Shane Smith, his most impressive pitch, in my opinion, is his changeup. It's pretty nasty. He throws his fastball 44% of the time, and the changeup looks just like it, except it breaks and goes a lot smaller or slower. I think he's going to have a hard time controlling his break, getting the pitches where he wants to in Coors. This is an environment unlike anything he's pitched in yet this season, and this is a guy that's had trouble versus lineups as well. He gave up 6 runs to the Dodgers. It wasn't in Coors. He gave up 5 runs to Arizona. He gave up 5 runs to St. Louis. This is the guy I think the Rockies bats can get to him. The White Sox had to use some of their key arms yesterday. Wilson, Isert, Taylor had just gone. The bullpen probably can use most of their arms, but it's not a bullpen that I trust that much. Their numbers have come along the second half of the season, but Colorado was able to save every good arm they have, and all those arms are used to pitching in Coors. The White Sox bullpen is not. I think there's a lot of ways that are pushing me onto this Colorado Rockies team here right now. Ballpark Pal has this modeled at plus 28% home runs, plus 35% runs. I think Dollinger is going to come out here, pitch a good game. Shane Smith is the X factor. The under is also appealing to me. My guy Kyle Kerms last night on the show moved on the Rockies at plus 100. That's gone. There's minus 105s though still available, and I'm kind of thinking about it. I may tweet it out after the show. I'm not ready to do it at the moment. This game starts at 3:10, so I'll have a little bit of time after this finishes up.
Yeah, right now I'm currently seeing the Rockies sit at a minus 103. I know I was on the Rockies.
One of those 1-800 gambler games. Like, I feel like if I do that, I'm gonna have to watch a Rockies White Sox game.
And I watched it yesterday, Spoons, and it was a waste of 2.5 hours of my life. I could tell you that. So shout out to them. I can't do it again. Although I do want to move on the Rockies in some sort of fashion. I just don't think I can get there. It doesn't correlate enough for me to move on this spot. But we're going to move on to our next game. The Houston Astros going for the sweep. Get the brooms out. Dodgers are, just haven't shown up these last couple games. It seems like we got Colton Gordon on the mound for the Houston Astros. Emmett Sheehan on the mound for the LA Dodgers here. I already touched on it. I mean, the Astros have been taking care of business these first two games in LA. I can't imagine being a Dodger fan, going to a Dodger game on the 4th of July, spending probably $150 on a ticket to sit in the nosebleeds, $100 to park, sit in traffic for 4 hours and see them lose to 18-1. I feel sorry for you guys. That's awful. And then they come out and show out yesterday and they lose to a 1-run game on Ohtani's 31st birthday. Everyone thought Ohtani, it's 31st birthday. It seemed like a perfect spot. Just wasn't. I don't know. This is a very tricky game here. The Dodgers being a minus 200 after not even being close in these games, it seems like, in the first two. Yeah, they lost by 1 run yesterday, but the game wasn't as close as it really seemed. The Astros were in total control of the whole game. I like the Dodgers here, though, in this spot. This seems like a Dodgers spot, whether I want to parlay them with the Boston Red Sox on the money line. I don't know if I can move on the 1.5 here with the Dodgers, but the Dodgers don't get swept. And they don't get really swept at home, it seems like, a lot. This team has too much pride. They've got too much talent. I was kind of talking smack, but like this team is still good. This is the best team in baseball right now. Look at their record. They're playing some really good ball. It's just the last 2 games against a good Houston Astros team, With that being said, I want to move on the LA Dodgers with the Red Sox and a money line parlay. You can get almost even money on that. I think that's good money. If you're asking me, I think we have some value here in this game with the Dodgers, especially getting the first 2 games taken from them here at home. They're going to have a sellout crowd as always. Not enough correlates for me in this game, though. It's going to be a pass as of right now. Spoon's my guy. Take it away. And also, shout out to my guy TJ. Said, good day, fam. Just dropped my action. We'll catch the replay in an hour. He is on the Houston LA Dodgers over 9, Milwaukee money line, Arizona -1, Seattle money line, and LA Toronto over 9, and Minnesota money line. TJ's got a loaded card today, so shout out to him for that.
I'm glad I stayed off Tampa Bay, seeing him on Minnesota.
Yeah. So I might move on Minnesota with you, my guy. I'm close there with you too, TJ. So we'll see. Spoons, take it away. I'm going to hop off for just 30 seconds.
Yeah. Before I go to the market or the weather or anything, I just want to touch on Emmett Sheehan. This is a young right-hander on the mound for the LA Dodgers. Pretty highly touted. He's got a fastball that can touch 96. He throws 43% of the time, then a slider change curve mix to go with it. He mostly uses that slider and change. They both come in at 86, but they break a little differently. So that presents an interesting pitch mix. If we go back 2 games in his start for the Oklahoma City Comets, he threw 6 innings pitched and didn't give up a hit, didn't give up a walk, and had 13 strikeouts in that game. Very impressive stuff. But that was on the 25th of June. We moved to his start on July 1st, and that was against the Las Vegas Aviators. In 2.1 innings pitched, he gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 of them were earned. He gave up a home run, a walk, and only had 2 strikeouts. And looking back at some of his other starts in the minor leagues, this guy hasn't really gone deep into games. That 6-inning game was really an outlier, and I think Dodgers fans are going to read about that, hear about that, and get really excited to back this kid on the mound. I could only be on the opposite side with the Houston Astros and Colton Gordon. This is a guy that's already been pitching in the major leagues. He's shown us the ability to go out there and pitch really well against some decent teams. Sure, the Dodgers can tag him for a few runs, but I believe the Astros bats can also tag Sheehan. He's been up in the majors already this year. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned in his 1 appearance. He had 6 strikeouts, and that was against the Padres. So I'm sure a lot of just came for the fades. I'm sure a lot of the Dodgers fans are going to be all over this kid. They remember that start versus the Padres, and they're just going to romanticize it. I think this is an Astros spot. I haven't gotten to the ticket window with it yet. Shout out, Kyle.
Yo, you guys see that guy? Since wine time was off, you guys see that dude that went viral in LA talking about how the Astros were going to beat the Dodgers just because LA's got better brisket or some dumb shit, some better barbecue. That's why. You got that Padres fan that did that dumb song before the playoffs. You get an LA guy that's doing that dumb comment before. You cannot go viral being a cornball and expect your team to win. It doesn't work. Okay? Don't be a fucking cornball. All right. That's all I wanted to say.
Shout out to Dabby Cab. That's what my dad would call me all the time back in the day when he'd be coaching me. Cornball. That's funny. I haven't heard that in a while. Shout out to Dabby Cab for that. But yeah, I mean, I've had brisket in Texas, and I've had brisket out here. Come on, guys. It's not even close. Texas has way better brisket. We got the best Mexican food. It's not even close out here in Cali. You guys want good Mexican food, you come out here, especially Santa Ana, 10 minutes away from me. Man, it's some good stuff. So shout out to you guys. We're going to move on to this next game, though. My guy Spoons has a lean on the Astros to go for the sweep here in LA. Get the brooms out, he said. So let's move on to this next game here. We got the Kansas City Royals. Michael Lorenzen, the journeyman, thought this guy's career was going to be done a couple years ago, has really revived it. By the third or fourth inning, he's moaning and groaning after throwing 88 miles per hour. You hear him yelling out there when he's throwing that fastball at 88. He's tired. Shout out to him for that. He's still efficient, though. He still hits his spots. You got Anthony on the Descalani on the other side here for the Arizona Diamondbacks here. The Diamondbacks sitting at a minus 155 here. We were on the Diamondbacks yesterday. We cashed with them. I got them at a minus 130. A lot different here, seeing them at a minus 150 here with Lorenzen on the mound for the Royals here on the other side. Diamondbacks, it kind of seems like they're the Angels at this point, right? When they get to that 500, for them, it seems like one game over 500, right? When they get there, they lose 2 straight games, get right under 500. For the Angels, they get to 500, they lose those 2 games. It's the same thing with the Diamondbacks. This team's just been very inconsistent. You've heard the coach talk about it. I mean, this team is built to win, though. They have the bats in this order. This is one of the deepest lineups in baseball. I'll say it time in and time out. I know a lot of people don't really necessarily think that. I like the bats that they have in this order. The rotation is what scares me. This is a tough game here, Spoons. Do you have anything in this ball game? Anything on the weather? Anything on the market?
Yeah, I can start with the weather here. This is going to be in a dome. It's going to be extraordinarily hot out there in Arizona. Temperatures over 100, so it's going to be weather controlled in there. It won't be a big difference. Right now in the summer months, you're not going to see it open very much, if at all, ever. I see Baltimore already on the board up 2-0 on Atlanta. As
Jackson
I'm looking
Holiday.
at the market numbers. Kansas City Royals. Why am I not seeing it? All right. So we have 60% of the tickets on the under and 68% of the cash on the under. This total opened up at a 9.5, and all the books have started to juice it to the under pretty heavily. I think I see some minus 120s to minus 115s on most of the books. 68% of the tickets have come in on the Arizona Diamondbacks and 93% of the cash. I was trying to do some digging on Desclafani. He's a guy I remember pitching for the Giants for years. This is no young kid coming up. He's a 35-year-old. I think he probably matches up pretty well against these Royals bats. It looks like in his career, he's had more troubles with left-hand batters, and you don't have to worry about a lot of left-hand bats when you're talking about this Kansas City Royals lineup. The D-backs also just got Corbin Carroll back in their lineup. You get to stick him next to Marte, who had an off day yesterday. I was checking in. There's no injury connected to the off day. It's just a regular rest day. Finally got somebody else that could hit the ball, so give him a breather. I think the Arizona Diamondbacks bats show up. I was looking at this last night, and the line definitely moved. It's not as cheap as it was. You could get a minus 125. We're looking at minus up to almost 160s at some places right now. So the Diamondbacks appear to be the side. The market's respecting it. I'm not opposed to adding a -1 at this point.
Yeah.
I know I lost a little bit of value on it. I'm really strongly considering it, to be honest. Desclafani is a really big question mark for me, though. He's got a ton of pitches. He hasn't pitched a bunch, and I think he's probably only going to be available to 3 to 4 innings. And then this is a Diamondbacks lineup I just cannot, or bullpen I can't trust. Shelby Miller pitched yesterday. He's a guy that's not the most reliable closer. it looks like most of the arms besides him and Kevin Ginkel got the arm off yesterday, and they both had the day off before. So any arm could come in and pitch for him. But Desclafani only threw 25 pitches in his last outing. I don't know how deep he goes into this game, and this is just a lot of outs to rely on in this Diamondbacks bullpen. Michael Lorenzen is much more suited to pitch deep into this game. Maybe it's Diamondbacks team total. I'm going to revisit this after the show is over. This is another one that I might add something, but I think the market's telling us Arizona's the play and that Desclafani is going to show up with some stuff today.
Yeah, I agree with you, Spoon. It definitely seems like Diamondbacks -1 is the play here in this spot. Also, maybe even the team total over 4.5. It's a little bit too juicy for me. I think I'd rather take the -1. I think I can get a -1 probably around a -105 or a +100. I'm gonna have to look at that after the show, but I'm kind of with you here. I'm with you on the Diamondbacks here. I don't think they're gonna lose this game. Like I said, it seems like they hover up and around 500 all season long. We're going to need a solid outing out of Desclafani. I totally forgot about this guy. This guy's a journeyman, man. This guy's been around for so long. We're going to need a good start out of him. I don't know if we're going to see 5 innings out of him. Hopefully we can get 5 solid innings out of him, but we're seeing a high total at 9.5, I think, for a reason. I think both these pitchers are vulnerable here today in this spot. So I think the Diamondbacks -1 is definitely the play here. I have a question mark next, so I want to circle back over this game. I've only given out one official play today, guys, but I can promise you one thing. We have one more play, and it's the last game of the card. And I might add something along the way, and I might tweet stuff out as the day goes on. But as of right now, this is going to be a pass for me. Me and Spoons both have a leans towards the Diamondbacks here. We're going to talk about one more game before we bring on our special guest here. We're going to talk Pittsburgh Pirates, Seattle Mariners here. Paul Skeens Day. We've got Paul Skeens on the mound here against George Kirby. 2 of the more promising pitchers in baseball. I mean, George Kirby, we know how good this guy's stuff is when he's on. He's one of the better pitchers in baseball. Paul Skeens, this guy's the first pitcher to commit to Team USA. Started out in the All-Star team as a rookie last year. Just crazy to see this kid. And the Pirates are playing a lot better baseball these last couple of weeks, man. I think Don Kelly has earned himself the starting job, the manager job for the future, at least until next year. Unless they start spiraling out of control and end up like 20 games under 500. But sitting 14 games under 500 right now, they're still fighting. Seeing this total at 6.5, it is juiced to the over at -120. I don't know. I want to back Kirby. I want to back the Seattle Mariners here in this spot. I think they're the better team. I think we've got 2 pretty evenly pitchers. Paul Skeens probably edges them out just a little bit just because I'm not sure if George Kirby is 100% quite yet. He's got all of his stuff figured out. Seeing a team total for the Mariners at 2.5, -145 to the over. Absolutely wild. I have a lean towards the Mariners here in this spot and potentially an over, maybe thinking that, 7 runs, we're not really asking a lot for 7 runs. It's just how long is George Kirby going to go today? Spoons, take it away here.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Pirates, Seattle Mariners, a gem of a pitching matchup. Very excited for this one. You got Paul Skeens, George Kirby, 82% of the tickets on the under, 90% of the cash on the under. You could buy a 7 at -125 at open, but it was really 6.5s everywhere. You can still get some of those 6.5s, but some of the books are moving this down to a 6. This is a spot where I expect both of these pitchers to pitch really well. I was doing a little bit of a deep dive into T-Mobile last night, reading some different information about this park. It's long been known as one of the hardest places to hit. Part of it's because of the batter's eye that's out there. A lot of hitters just note the color of it, makes it so hard to pick up. You have actual Mariners batters when they first get there talking about it's so uncomfortable to get into that batter's box. You got to not really just center up straight. You got to kind of angle off to one way or the other to get a little comfortable. And when you're talking about trying to get uncomfortable versus George Kirby and Paul Skeens, that's not the place you want to find yourself in. You want to be in your best hitting environment to have a chance to even touch one of these guys. Paul Skeens, as you mentioned, already committed Team USA. Love to see it. Both these pitchers are great, but I think George Kirby is come around. This is a guy that's done all of his rehabbing in the major leagues this season. Didn't do anything in the minors. He ended up taking a ball to the face in a Cubs or Guardians game a couple weeks back. I think his last game out, he showed 0 walks, just 1 earned and 3 hits to Kansas City. He's at home in that game. he gets to stack a consecutive home start. This is one of my favorite things for any pitcher. Just they get to get really comfortable at everything. You build a routine. These guys are so routine oriented. They need to be in that routine to be successful. And we're talking about a Pirates lineup that I know they've been hot over the last little bit, but we're talking on the full season, 28th weighted runs created plus. Pirates on the road, 30th weighted runs created plus, and they haven't been playing in the most pitcher-friendly park in baseball like what you see here with T-Mobile. This is going to be a day game here, so you have the shadows because the sun hits at a weird angle the way the stadium's set. So during this game, the shadows are going to be passing over home plate, making it even more difficult for some of these guys to get hits. I just cannot get there with the Pirates in any way, shape, or form. I was hoping the public would be nailing Paul Skeens Day and I could wake up to a nice plus money price on the Seattle team, but they have 54% of the tickets, but Seattle still has the cash, and I don't think I'm going to get any better price than what we can get right now. I think I'm ready to lock in the Seattle Mariners, put it on my card. I don't care if it's Paul Skeens Day, it's George Kirby Day.
There we go. My guy Spoon says, isn't care if it's Paul Skeens Day, it's George Kirby Day. Let's look up what I can currently get right here on the Mariners. I'm with you. I mean, I want to move on the Mariners in some sort of fashion. I get a minus 114 right now. What number are you getting right now, Spoons?
I'm cross-checking a couple books.
Shout out to Moose Money in the chat. Appreciate you for showing out, my guy, and showing love as always. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We got Sports Science Insider right there. Ron Crawford, Gorky, Vincent Hawkins, Dabby Cab, my brother right there. We've got Slow Jams.
Minus 110 is the best Seattle number I can get on a public book. I'm sorry. I keep shouting it now.
No, you're good. No, you're good. So a Seattle Mariners minus 110, best number available right now at most books, guys. I can get a minus 115, so I'm sure you can find a minus 110 somewhere. Are you making this official, Spoons, or are you going to wait on it?
Yep. Put it right in.
All right. I am going to write it down then for Spoons. He is on the Seattle Mariners money line minus 110. He's on George Kirby. He said it's George Kirby Day. Let's bring on our next guest here. You've been seeing him do the show with us a couple weeks ago. We saw him on the Say Hey Plays yesterday with my guy Jose, or not with my guy Jose, my guy Dabby Cab, Spoons, and Moose Money Bets. He was killing it. He kills it on Twitter, man. Shows a lot of love. We got a lot of love for this guy right here. Highly respectable capper in our community. Let's bring on my guy, Sports Science, Jacob, in the building. What up, Jacob? Good to see you, my guy, and happy Sunday. Oh, you muted, my friend. You're good.
What's good, guys? Yo, I said I had a question when I came on. I thought about this yesterday. I feel like a lot of people are new in the community. They see wine time. They gotta ask, are you a red or white drinker? Like you're like your logo's red, obviously, but like you might be a white wine kind of guy.
I will say when I made the channel, I was into more of red wine. Now, I honestly I love the Sauv Blanc. I love the Chardonnay, especially if it's a hot day. You won't ever catch me drinking red wine on a hot day. If it's a cold winter day, it's nighttime, we're watching some ball, I'll pour a nice glass of Cabernet or a red blend. But honestly, that Sauv Blanc and that Chardonnay is good for me. Sauv Blanc, that's my thing right there. Shout out to you.
The only thing I can touch.
You got to develop, once you develop the taste for it, it's crazy. But I was really into wine a little bit ago. I have my spurts where I go in and out. Sometimes you'll see me drinking wine for a month straight. Sometimes you won't see me drinking wine for months. So, but yeah, I originally made this name actually because I wanted to do a live stream, and I was going to talk my logos, the Lakers jersey and a red glass of wine. I was doing live streams for a little bit, doing Laker games and stuff like that. And I was drinking wine, you know what I mean? Just trying to get into it like that. So that's how the name was created, guys. And my guy TJ right there, Sauv Blanc for the win. So good and crisp. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Without further ado, though, we've got a good matchup here. One of the bigger rivalries in all of baseball. I know this is a rivalry that means a lot to my guy Spoons, Deacon Mike, Troy Torrance, all this fan base, the Cardinals fan base as well. I just can't think of a lot of Cardinals fans at the top of my head right now. But we got Matthew Boyd on the mound for the Chicago Cubs going against the journeyman and Eric Fetty, a guy that we thought his career might have been done a couple years ago. He goes to the KBO. He's able to figure some stuff out and comes back and was pitching effectively. This season he's had his times where he's been pitching good, not good. This is priced, I think, for a reason as high as it is. I think the Chicago Cubs is absolutely a Chicago Cubs spot here, whether you want to take them in a money line parlay at team total or -1.5. Currently, they're sitting -210 on the money line, -1.5 plus 100 on the run line. We've got a total sitting at 7.5, juice to the under at -120. A team total for the Cardinals of 4.5 -115. Team total for the Cardinals 2.5 -150. This seems like a Cubs -1.5 spot if I haven't seen it in my life. This might be a spot I move on. I need to see the lineups get posted still, but this to me, I know Matthew Boyd's on the mound against Eric Fetty, but this screams Chicago Cubs spot to me. Jacob, we're going to start off with you first, my guy. Take it away.
Yeah, this is a Cubs spot all the way. I moved on. I built a Cubs -1 yesterday. I think you could build that at -145. If you watched yesterday's game, yeah, that was a Cardinals spot. The Cubs were basically punting that game. They threw Chris Flexen out there. Their entire bullpen should be fresh today, and we have Matthew Boyd on the mound. This guy at home this season, let's just start with this. In his last 5 starts, he's got a 1.8 ERA. On the full season, a 2.65 ERA. This guy's having an absolutely amazing year. At home on the season, 2.44 ERA, a 0.88 WHIP. He actually already saw this Cardinals lineup 6 scoreless. He went 6 shutout innings. On the other side of the mound, we have Eric Fetty, who I think the Cubs bats are going to be able to get to this guy. He's got a 3.54 WOBA versus lefties, a 2.99 WOBA versus righties. In his last, let's just say that he saw the Cubs just on June 25th. The Cubs hit him up for 7 earned runs, 8 hits. He only lasted 3 2/3. The Cardinals bats against lefties, nothing to be really scared of. The last 14 days, they're the 2nd worst lineup in baseball. On the last 30 days, they're the 6th worst lineup in baseball. I think that 2.5 team total is pretty telling for the Cardinals. Not to mention that we have wind blowing in Wrigley, which it really benefits Matthew Boyd here. I think the Cubs bats will be able to absolutely just crush Fetty. I think that -198 or whatever the money line is pretty telling that the Cubs are going to win this baseball game today. Yesterday was basically a fluke for them.
All right, he's on the Chicago Cubs -1, -145. I'm getting pretty close there too. I might just lay the 1.5 here with the Cubs. We'll see. Spoons, take it away, my guy. What do you have? This is your ball team right here. What do you have?
This is my ball team. Yesterday it was a bullpen day, so they had to use 7 different arms to get this game done. Chris Flexen did come out and throw 64 pitches. Drew Pomeranz opened. Razor had to come in for 7 pitches. Thielebar had to come in for 14. Presley had to come in for 13. Porter Hodge had to come in for 14. Brad Keller had to come in for 31. They wound up with a chance to win this game, and it set them up for a worse day today. I was really looking at yesterday as a scheduled loss and today as a scheduled win and trying to build that in my head. The name I did not mention is Daniel Palencia. This is the guy leading the Cubs in saves and holds on the season, and he's the best arm. He's got 100 in his pocket. You want him fresh. So I know the combination of Boyd and Palencia will be there, but I need to have a really good bridge to get there. And the Cubs just called Jordan Wicks up from AAA. He's going to be a fresh arm that's available to pitch. He's got really good stuff. This is a guy that I expect to see back in a starting rotation at some point. I think the Cubs are kind of in a tough spot with pitching, so I don't know if they want to use him, somebody that could be available for a bunch of innings if need be, in a game where they really only need 1 or 2 innings besides Palencia and Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd and Eric Fetty both just faced the opposition. Fetty gave up 7 earned in less than 4 innings to the Chicago Cubs. And Matthew Boyd pitched at gems. 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, just 3 hits, no walks to the St. Louis team. So they just saw all this pitch mix. I think maybe they have the ability to get to him a little bit, but I think Matthew Boyd's a guy I want to continue to back. Cardinals bats have not been hitting left-handed pitching. They're bottom 5 in baseball over the last 30 days. I really like the -1 that sports scientist Jacob built. It's a lot of juice, but it's a lot of juice for a reason. I'd feel more comfortable if I had just a little bit fresher bullpen. I don't expect Porter Hodge, who is a guy that can close games for them and is acting as a setup man. And Caleb Thielbar is a guy that's 3rd on the team in saves and holds. I'd like to see him available. He's not there. So I'm going to have to either ask Pomeranz to come in after opening a game yesterday, or Ryan Brazier, who's already pitched 2 of 3. Brad Keller went 31 yesterday. he blew it. I don't think this is a spot they want to bring him back in. So I just don't understand how they're going to deploy the bullpen unless they use Wicks. And if Wicks comes in, then I really think everybody's safe and the Cubs get the win. But there's enough question marks here for me. I think I just got to stay off it. It's too expensive.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I do want to touch on the rain here as well. Swish Analytics has this. What is it up now?
57% chance of rain at game time start, so it could be delayed too. So that might have been good for.
You have very strong wind blowing in, almost 10 miles an hour. I'm gonna step away for just a minute. Wine time.
You're good, brother. Shout out to everyone that's in the building rocking with us, guys. We've got 250 people in the chat. Seems like we've had 250 people in the chat this entire stream. We've got 162 likes. We're 38 likes away from 200. We got our guy Sports Science Jacob with us breaking down this card, guys. Hit the like button, share the video. We appreciate your guys' support. I'm close with the guys on the Cubs here. I might tail Jacob here on this -1 if I can get a -140 still. I'm gonna look at it after the show. Or I might even end up parlaying them with, like I said, I want to parlay something with the Red Sox, man. This might be the parlay piece with them. We'll see. Let's move on to this next game, though. We are going to move on. We've got 2 games left on this loaded card, guys. We got baseball on all day. This game is going to be kicking off at, let's see, 6:10 p.m. over here on the West Coast, man, on ESPN. It looks like this is pretty much the Sunday night baseball game. Let me double check here. Yeah, this is pretty much the Sunday night baseball game. It seems like all my lines are off the board right now, Jacob. So I'm going to have to look at something else really quick here. We've got the Jack Leiter on the mound for the Texas Rangers. We've got some question marks on who's going to go out there for the Padres. Do you have a listed pitcher yet? Is it K. Hart?
I think it's Kyle Hart. Swish Analytics says Nick Pivetta, but I doubt it. I don't think it's Pivetta. I think it's Kyle Hart. And this is like I might get to the window with this. Like I was talking with a couple guys yesterday, but if you remember yesterday, I was on the show yesterday on Pub Sports. I mean, we took, I think Spoon was on the Rangers with me yesterday with Cash.
I was with him too.
And that's because we were backing Jack Leiter against the Padres, and now I'm in the exact same analysis here. I mean, the real question you always got to ask when you're facing the Padres is you just need a pitcher that's able to get out left-handed bats. And that was exactly, if you listen to Spoon and a bunch of the guys yesterday, that's the whole thing. Jack Leiter's got a 255 WOBA versus lefties. He's had some good games. Like he pitched against the Rays on the road. He gave up 1 earned run in 5 innings. That's another lineup that has really, really powerful hitting lefties. He went 6 innings, 1 earned run versus Seattle. That's your Cal Raleigh, J.P. Crawford, another team that you can get out lefties. And if Kyle Hart's on the other side of the mound, I think that the Rangers can honestly hit Kyle Hart. I mean, the fact that you're getting +1, I think the best odds I can get right now is was +115. You can get like a +110 right now on the Rangers. So it looks like money's coming in on the Rangers. Kyle Hart, I mean, he got his last time he pitched was May 28th. He went 6 hits, 5 earned runs against Miami. He pitched against Houston, 10 hits, 5 earned runs. The Cubs, 5 earned runs. So four walks. Like, I think Leiter could pitch well again. Like I said yesterday, I think this guy can really match up well versus the Padres lineup. I don't know. I'd have to look at the bullpen situation, but I'd only be on the Rangers here.
I'm with you. I want to move on the Rangers once it's available for me at my book. I think I'm going to be able to get around a +110 when it actually comes out. I'm going to need that confirmation. My book's going to need that confirmation that Hart is going to be out there for them. I'm with you, though. I was on the Rangers yesterday. I want to move on again today in this spot. It just seems like it's the right spot to be on here with Jack Leiter. I'm not a Hart guy by any means either from the Padres. And this Padres team, it just seems like they're heading in the wrong direction these last couple of weeks. Not really sure what's going on if it's in that dugout. We know we've seen a lot of problems in that dugout, head cases and stuff like that. I'm going to be on the Rangers once it's available. This is going to be an official play for me, but I can't give it out quite yet just because I don't have a line available. Spoons, Texas Rangers, we've got Jack Leiter on the mound against the Padres. We think Kyle Hart's going to be pitching for them. What do you have in this game? Yeah,
that's who I expect too. There's 2 other AA arms that should be available. Cruz and there's one other arm. The AA arm that I was looking at was selected as pitcher of the month last month for San Diego, absolutely cruising. But I was really hoping we'd get Kyle Hart on the mound. This is a lefty. He has a lot of struggles with right-handed bats, and some of the bats I respect most in this Texas lineup do hit from the left side, but Haggerty's a switch hitter. He'll be from the right. We just got Wyatt Langford back from AAA yesterday. He'll be hitting from the right. You have Adolis Garcia from the right. Marcus Semien, Yona Heim can switch hit and go from the right side. Jake Berger, Higashioka, and Ezekiel Duran. So I think the Texas bats are going to do a great job of loading righties up against Kyle Hart. This is a spot where Kyle Hart's kind of bounced up and down a few times, and sometimes I like to sell myself on a guy coming up from the minors, really wanting to pitch well. And sometimes you can want to pitch well, but just because you want something doesn't gonna make it happen. And looking at this guy's last couple starts, he went 6 innings in his last start versus Sugarland Space Cowboys. That's the Astros team, I believe. 2 earned runs, no home runs, gave up 2 walks, got 6 strikeouts. The game before that just went 4 innings, only got 1 strikeout, gave up 7 earned on 9 hits and 9 runs. He's just getting smacked around, and I think this Rangers lineup can also smack around Kyle Hart. I was kind of waiting for a confirmation that I would actually see him, because I'd be more scared of the AA arm coming up. It looks like he's got some nasty pitch mix to be able to bring up to the majors at some point, and I don't think they want to do that right now, because if they know that they have one of their best pitchers, Yu Darvish, right around the corner, ready to come back. And I think Kyle Hart has enough options that they don't mind bringing him up one more time. He's already had some limited success in the majors, but they know that he's been hit up, so it's not going to break his confidence or anything to have one more bad game. If I can see confirmation from multiple books and maybe the Padres themselves that Hart is the starter, I'll probably find myself on the Texas Rangers. The line in this game, I don't have money percentages on it because so few books have the line out, but yeah, it's definitely moved down a little bit towards the Rangers. I think I see minus 130 or 135 openers for the Padres, and now it's down 125-ish range at most of the books. So I think this is a Texas Rangers spot for me. I need more confirmation. I don't like to walk into a game with huge variables that I'm guessing on that may or may not be correct.
I hear you. Yeah, if I was able to get a Rangers line right now, I would move on officially on the show, guys. It is going to be an official play for me, though. I will tweet it out, guys. So that will be my second official play that I actually give out. We're on the Brewers Marlins under 7.5 minus 110, and now we're going to be on the Rangers at whatever number we can get. Still need to take some time on that until it pops up. But we've got one game left on the card, and I got to say, guys, this is my favorite game to talk about right here because I'm excited for this one here. I don't know if there's Athletics have made me some really good cash this season, backing them at certain points this season. It seems like whenever they're the sharp play, they're the play to make here. They're at home. You got Jacob Lopez on the mound against Hayden Birdsong. Hayden Birdsong's actually been pretty decent this year for the Giants, a lot better stuff than I thought he was going to be coming into this year. I think he was actually not even on the big league roster going into this season. I have to double check that. But with that being said here, Athletics, I mean, right now we're currently sitting with the Sacramento, Las Vegas, Oakland Athletics, whatever you guys want to call them, with Lopez on the mound sitting as the favorite here, minus 115. Wow. I didn't tweet it out, so I can't give out the minus 10 that I get 110 that I got out earlier. I am going to give you guys the Athletics money line minus 115. It's a little bit more of a stale number by now, but I mean only 5 cents. I'm still taking.
You can still get a minus 110 on FanDuel.
Let me check actually my other book as well. Let's see here. But yeah, I'm going to be on the Athletics here in this small. I like Jacob Lopez going today. I'm actually really excited that they have a baseball game on at 7:00 here at the West Coast. Seems like there's no action ever on Sunday nights just because it's usually for it's for the books and stuff. It's like the next day's usually payout for locals and stuff. So they don't want any action going off on that Sunday night. You look at Sunday night live action, there's nothing. There's no games going on. It's pretty crazy. But yet they're giving us a gem here today. We're going to take advantage of this spot with the Athletics. I'm on the Athletics here, guys. Money line, minus 110, minus 115, whatever you can get here. I think Jacob Lopez goes out there, gives us at least 5 innings. Not saying he's going to go out there and pitch well, but I think that Hayden Birdsong is vulnerable tonight. I think he's going to get hit, which is why we're seeing a total at 10. I would really like to see this get to a 10.5. And if it gets to a 10.5, I still might move on the over. just my ROI back in the Athletics when the total opens up at either a 10 or 10.5 and it goes to 11 has been through the roof here, even if I don't get on the original number. I'm going to be on the Athletics here. I am on the Athletics. I'm going to give it out to you guys right now. I might be on the over as well. We'll see. I want to see where this line goes. Haven't really even looked at the weather too much in this one, so I'm going to hear my guy Spoons talk about the weather. Spoons, take it away. Hayden Birdsong against Jacob Lopez.
Yeah, I'll open up with Sutter Health Park, the AAA park that the Athletics are playing in this year. It's located in Sacramento, and it's always a really hitter-friendly place to play. It's modeled at plus 17% runs today, plus 33% home runs. This is a line I gave out last night on Kyle's show. I bet the Athletics minus 105. If you look at these two late games tonight, Texas and San Diego, San Francisco Giants, and the Sacramento Athletics, they had to pick. ESPN's doing a doubleheader for their Sunday night baseball. That's why the Cubs are playing a weird opening time at 5:10 at Wrigley. I was looking back. I never in my life remember a 5:10 first pitch at Wrigley Field.
Crazy.
Really weird. It feels like Chat GPT is making the schedule now, and it's just broken. I don't necessarily know how that's working. And then they picked the wrong game. Why are you putting Kyle Hart on national TV? Put Jacob Lopez and Hayden Birdsong. This would be a better game. I think the Athletics are in a great spot. Giants have to play tomorrow on Monday night. The Athletics get the day off. The Giants got a big series with Phillies coming into town. They don't have to travel that far from Sacramento to get back home, but it is worth noting that they have to play, and the Oakland Athletics get to dump their entire fresh bullpen in this game. This is a bullpen that's got one of my favorite arms at the back of it, Mason Miller. He's got some incredible stuff. That fastball can touch very high triple digits. Michael Kelly, their setup man, who's been pitching really well this season. He's been on 4 days rest right now. You got Sean Newcomb pitched yesterday, Sterner pitched yesterday, and Harris pitched yesterday. They're all available to pitch again today. They can empty this whole bullpen. I don't know how much they're going to have to use. Jacob Lopez is a great young lefty. The slider is one of my favorite pitches to watch come out of his hand. He throws it almost as much as his fastball, and it's just really hard for left-handers to hit. We look at this San Francisco Giants lineup. A lot of the big bats, Rafael Devers, Young-Hoo Lee, are hitting from the left side. They're going to do their best to stack righties here with Ramos and Willie Adames, Matt Chapman, Flores, but I don't think it's going to be a huge deal for Lopez. And if it is, that bullpen is ready to come in and use every single arm behind him to try to get this win. Hayden Birdsong, really, he's a pitcher last year that I enjoyed watching. I figured he would be a starter to open the season. He didn't earn the role, and I think we're kind of seeing why. He's not pitching great. They saw this before we did. He really struggles with lefties. Lawrence Butler, Nick Kurtz, and Tyler Soderstrom will all hit from the left-hand side. These are three of the best bats in this Oakland lineup. Jacob Wilson can hit anybody. Brent Rooker can hit anybody. I think this is a spot where Sacramento scores a bunch of runs on Hayden Birdsong, and we just have to rely on the pitching to get us there. It's a risk I'm willing to take. Minus 105, I already got it. The market in this game, 65% of the tickets have come in on the under. 64% of the cash has come in on the over, though. It opened 10 juice to the over. It kind of came down to 10 pick'ems, and some of the books are moving it back up to that 10 juice to the over. You have 57% of the tickets come in on the Sacramento Athletics and 79% of the cash. This line is slowly moving towards the Athletics. San Francisco open minus 125, minus 120 favorites, and they're down to the underdog at this point. So there's definitely some respect for the Athletics here.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I like the Athletics here. Stacks, take it away, my guy. San Francisco Giants Athletics.
He said enough. Stacks play today, number 2. Athletics money line. I think I got a bad number, but I still like it. I got a minus 112, I think.
Yeah.
It's better than what you can get at a lot of places right now.
It might close better than that.
Yeah. Right now, 115 everywhere, Justin. So I still like that. Right. I got the minus 110 earlier, and I think this is going to end up getting to a minus 120. I'm with you guys. Jacob, take it away, my guy. Is this going to be a consensus pick? Are you on the other side? Tell us what you're on.
So I moved on the Athletics first 5 money line last night at plus 100 on FanDuel. DraftKings is now at -130. FanDuel's at -124. So I've gotten 24 cents of closing line value here. I think I'm not going to read. Spoon basically read off my notes here. I liked Hayden Birdsong last year. I thought he didn't get that starting role, but we're clearly seeing why. He's walked 8 batters in his last 2 starts. He's giving up just hit after hit. Jacob Lopez, he is coming. I like that he's coming. He is coming off that really bad start. He got hit up in Tampa Bay. 5 hits, 3 earned runs. He only went 3 1/3. But if you look at Jacob Lopez before that, he had gone 23 innings of 1-run baseball. Yeah, he has better numbers versus lefties, and I don't think the lefty bats in I don't even think the righty bats in the Giants lineup are anything to be scared of. The Giants did manage to score 7 runs yesterday. That was with Luis Severino, the worst home pitcher you've ever seen. If you look at the game before, they put up 2 runs. This isn't a Giants lineup that's been a very potent offense on the year, and we definitely see that, considering that they are still the second worst lineup against left-handed pitchers in the last 30 days. So I think Jacob Lopez is in for a good game. I'll back Lopez in the first 5. I like the full game as well. The Athletics bullpen's in great shape. I just wanted to jump. FanDuel was almost 20 cents off the market yesterday, and I think they were late to catch up on that. I think we have a starting pitching advantage with Jacob Lopez versus Birdsong.
Shout out to Big Show in the chat. Good to see you, my guy. Jacob, he's on the Athletics first 5 money line, destroyed that line movement on that. And he leans with us on the full game Athletics. We got 3 out of 4 people here on the Athletics full game and the other on the Athletics first 5. So we're all on the Athletics in some sort of fashion. Seems like it's the play to be on a Sunday night, man. It just seems like it's a sharp play and that they're going to take care of business here. I mean, they're the favorite now against a Giants team that's over 500. You know, they got Chapman back in the order. I'm not sure how much that's going to really help them. It'll help them defensively, but they've got some bats in that order. But this is a Giants team that I haven't been high on all season long. I really thought that beginning of the season, they had some really nice bounces go their ways, and they're playing some good baseball. And they've got a really good manager in Bob Melvin. Don't get me wrong. It's from the Northern California area. You know, we saw him coach the Athletics for years, and with the talent that he had, always seemed to get them to the playoffs somehow. That's what he's trying to do with the Giants here. I haven't been a fan of this Giants team all year. I like the Athletics here in this spot. I think this is the clear-cut Athletics spot. So I love that we're all in agreement on that, guys. Guys, what a show, man. We're going on 2 hours now in about 5 minutes. This is the perfect timing. We've got over 500 people that have came and watched us, close to 600 now, and we've got 172 likes, 28 likes away from 200, guys. Let's get to 200. We'd appreciate it a lot, guys. Love having you guys come here, share your guys' plays in the chat. Love all the people coming on screen. Stacks, Dabby Cab, Jacob, everyone, man, just showing out. TC, everyone just coming on here, sharing their plays with the chat.
Did Dabby get all his plays in? I know
he's on Brandon Marsh. That's all we got him at.
Yeah,
I know he's on Marsh. I thought he had one more he wanted to give out. I wasn't sure if he got in to give it out. Dabby, if you're backstage,
I wonder if he's on Vlad.
I think he said he had a bounce. He's not backstage right now, but shout out to him. If he's in the chat, he'll put it there for sure. But I know he's got another play.
He's on Tucker too.
Oh, he's on Tucker?
Vlad is 7 for 15 in his career with 2 RBIs versus Tyler Anderson. I thought he'd be on Vlad all day.
Well, he texted me Tucker last night. So like early this morning, like 2 o'clock in the morning, he texted me Tucker.
Yeah. Deacon Mike just said he was on Kyle Tucker. Total bases, Aaron. He's okay. So we've got the official play. I'll get a confirmation from him for sure. All right, Stacks, my guy. I appreciate you for coming on here, sharing your action. You shared 2 plays today. We got you for Gunnar Henderson over 1.5 bases at +105. We got you for the Athletics money line at -112. Plug your Twitter. Let us know where we can find you. And we appreciate your hard work as always, Justin.
Yeah, my Twitter's Jan McKelvey 1378. You can find me as recently on Tony's Picks. I do the morning show.
Nice.
I do the WNBA show. Excuse me. I do the WNBA show with Ron Crawford and Ramon Scott, and Pub Sports on Mondays, Thursdays, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, I got to check that out, Stacks. I'm definitely going to be looking out for that then, hearing your content. That's awesome to hear, man.
Yeah, we do it every morning, and then 2-3 zone. We record like 4 o'clock in the afternoon for the following day.
Oh, okay, nice. Heck yeah. Well, give Stacks a follow there. Give him a follow on X, guys. He tweets out all of his action. We appreciate him for that. You guys are going to be seeing him a lot here on these
Stacks,
Sunday
before you go,
shows.
I was gonna say, give us your X. This guy does not have enough followers on X. We need to get more of his stuff out there. Get it out there. Go give this guy a follow. He's a friend of mine, friend of the channel. This is a great guy right here.
Appreciate it. Jay McKelvey, 1378, I think.
Jay McKelvey, 1378. Shout out
I'll
to you.
repost his play here today. Go ahead and follow it.
For sure. Appreciate my guy Justin for hopping on. I know Sundays are tough for people, man. You got a family, you got things to do, you got errands to run. I appreciate him for stopping by, always sharing his action. Jacob, you came on here for the last 3 games, absolutely destroyed it, my friend. I got your plays written down. We're on the Cubs -1, -140, -145, depending where you look. A's money line +100, first 5 money line. Rangers money line, I believe you said as well.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna move on the Rangers money line.
So I'll put a question mark next to that, and I'll
tweet it. I'll tweet it out too. I just want to make sure that Kyle Hart is pitching.
Yeah. Perfect, Jacob. I appreciate you for coming on here, my guy. It's always a pleasure to have you on here, man. Anytime you're able to come on here and hop on, we'd love to have you, my guy. The channel appreciates you. Plug your Twitter, plug where we can find you. Appreciate your hard work.
Yeah, you can find my Twitter. It's the name you see right here, Sportside Jacob. I appreciate coming on and talking baseball. It's my favorite thing to do. I nerd out about this kind of stuff every single night, waiting for see who's pitching the next day, what the matchups are going to be. Yeah, Sportside Jacob. You can find me there. My entire card is on Twitter, so if you guys want to see all my action for today, you can just pop on over there.
Give our guy a follow at Sportside Jacob. Appreciate him for coming on and sharing his action. Spoons, share your plays. Let us know where the people can find you. Before we get out of here, man, it was a great show. We are almost at 200 likes. I think we'll get there after we get some more people that watch the playback. So let's just keep doing this, my man. I'm excited for the progress of this show. Plug your channel. Where can people find you?
You can find me right here on Pub Sports Radio a few times a week. Always here with Wine Times on Sundays and Jimmy the Bag over there on Thursdays. Please check out Medicate Monday tomorrow. Dabby Cab and Dutch Boy Fresh do a great show. Most Mondays I'm going to try to hop in. It's lunchtime for me, so just going to be quick hits, toss out my card, whatever I got, and say hi to the guys. They got a great vibe going on over there. And Jimmy's show throughout the week, if he needs, I try to pop in. It's a great show. I've learned so much from capping with Jimmy over the years. Same thing with Kyle and Toast and Trevor. Some great baseball cappers get on there a few nights a week over there on Kyle Kerm's show. He popped in today. He's looking for a few plays to fade from us, but gotta love him. He's a great capper. Keeps us all very sharp. You can find my every play I ever make. I post it on X. Occasionally, I might keep 1 or 2 that I don't want to share with the world on it, but you can see just about 98% of my action there, and I'm very transparent with it. I enjoy just getting to get in front of you guys a few times a week. This is a really fun wine time. You're such a sharp capper. You win so much. It's fun being next to you. It's contagious. I love it.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Spoons. And shout out to my guy Kongs. He said, don't miss Medicate Monday tomorrow. I'll break down yet another college football team. Love you guys. Appreciate you, Kongs.
I suppose I should read off my card. Orioles team total over 3.5, -130. They got a runner on in the top of the 6th right now with 2 runs. Like to see him get something here quick. Brewers money line -122, Athletics money line -105, and got -110 live here on the show with Seattle Mariners. There's a couple plays I'm still looking to add, so if you want to check my X later, there may be 1 or 2 more plays added in there, but that's what I got official right now.
Yeah, and give our guy Spoons a follow. He was 1 follow away from 1K going into this show. Let's get him to 1,100 today, guys. Appreciate you guys' support. Go give him a follow. Go give everyone on this panel a follow. Give our guy Jose Buqueta a follow over there on Twitter as well. He's on our producer on the 1s and 2s, killing it for us on this show, man. Appreciate everyone in the chat. I'm going to go over my plays. We are on my guy Nasty Nate said any 130 games. Brewers, Miami under 7.5 -110 is my only action in that time slot. Rangers money line is something I'm going to move on +110 as soon as it becomes available to me. And Athletics money line -110. already made that play. So we're officially on 2 plays. We've got a third play that we're waiting to move on. And then we're also leaning towards the D-backs and the Cubs both on the -1 line. Still have to go over a couple X's and O's before I actually move on those games. But if I do, I will most definitely tweet it out. But guys, I just want to give another quick shout out to everyone in the chat. Bo Jackson, Floyd Tinker Walton, Lamont Williams, Red Beard, North Ender, my guy. Appreciate you for coming back. Kong's Clip, Roger Long, Big Show Picks, Nasty Nate, Swish, Jason Meyer, Oldie, Cheyenne McIntosh, Stacks Play of the Day, Lil Domo, my guy right there. Good to see you, Lil Domo. If I didn't give you a shout out to you, my guy. Let's just keep winning, Spoons. Let's keep this going, keep the information going, man.
Hit Ron's card real quick there. He just posted it.
Let's see. And we've got Ron Crawford's A's money line, Cubs run line already on Baltimore money line. So those are his 3 plays for today. Guys, go give Ron Crawford a follow as well. He's over on the Tony Picks channel as well. Give him a follow. Watch him work. Very sharp capper, guys. But on that note, guys, we're going to get out of here, man. I hope everyone enjoys their Sunday. Everyone had a great 4th of July weekend. It's time to get back to the work grind tomorrow, guys. Appreciate you guys as always. Doesn't matter unless we win here, guys. So we got to continue to win, and we got to continue to give you guys the content that you guys want. So always, if you want some different content, always let us know what you guys want to see, and we will give you guys what you want to see. But we think you guys like what is going on here on the show, and we look forward to just continue to do this, man. With that being said, let's leche those bookmakers, guys. Have a blessed Sunday. Good luck, everyone.